Hi everyone. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to our fellow audience. First of all, we would like to welcome our lecturers, staff, and our respected audience. Thank you so much for joining our webinar early this morning. I understand that it's not easy for us to wake up early in the morning, especially when it's Monday, since everyone of us is having Monday blues right now. So please bear with us, okay? So I believe that all of you are eager to know on how to improve your skills and knowledge about business and communication etiquette. But before I move further into this webinar, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Wan Farhana Nadia binti Wan Rizal Iskandar, and I will be hosting for our 3 hours webinar for today. So kindly take note that our webinar is also streaming via YouTube, and link will be provided in the chat box. So before we start, I would like to inform our rules and regulation for this webinar. To our respected audience, please use real name during the webinar session to be recognized by INCareer Board of Members. Next, we also encourage you to open up your camera during the webinar session. Next, please do not interrupt or use inappropriate words while the speaker is giving the talk. Please mute your microphone during the webinar session to avoid any distractions. You may type any concern or inquiries in the chat box. And kindly take note that the speaker is only entertain any inquiries and concern during the Q&A session. Before we proceed, I would like to call upon Nur Arif bin Nur Azman to recite the dua so that our webinar will be running smoothly and in the bless of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. To the non-Muslim, you can pray with your own way.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Al-Fatihah. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Allahumma aftah alaina hikmatak wa anshur alaina min huzaini rahmatik ya arhamar rahimin. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma innaka khallaqal azim, innaka samiul alim, innaka ghafurur rahim, innaka rabbil arsyil azim. Ya Allah ya Rahman ya Rahim, sesungguhnya kami mendadah tangan menzahirkan rasa kesyukuran atas iradat dan kudratmu yang telah menentukan dan mengizinkan kami untuk berhimpun pada hari yang bahagia ini di dalam majlis INCareer webinar kami ini. Ya Allah ya munzilar rahmah wa ya fatihal barakah. Segala puji buatmu yang mempermudahkan, memberkati dan menaungi perjalanan program ini dan memberi kami peluang untuk berkongsi ilmu dan pandangan dalam memberikan pendedahan tentang alam pekerjaan. Semoga program ini menjadi wadah pencetus kepada kehidupan yang makmur dan aman. Ya Allah ya Muhaimin ya Aziz ya Jabbar, jadikanlah ilmu yang diperoleh sepanjang mengikuti program ini sebagai ilmu yang diberkati olehmu. Jadikanlah ia juga sebagai jalan yang dapat mendekatkan kami untuk mengenalimu, dan jadikanlah ia juga sebagai mata rantai yang bermanfaat untuk kami bawa menemuimu. Ya Allah ya Zalajul wal Ikram, jadikanlah kami ya Allah dalam kalangan hamba-hambamu yang beriman dan bertakwa. Jauhkanlah kami ya Allah daripada melanggari perintahmu. Kurniakanlah kepada kami kesihatan yang berpanjangan, kesejahteraan yang sempurna, fikiran yang waras, minda yang cergas, rezeki yang halal, zuriat dan generasi yang beriman, serta kurniakanlah kepada kami segala kebaikan di dunia dan juga di akhirat. Allahumma ja'alna hadza zaman marhuma wa tafarruqna min ba'dihi tafarruqan maksuma wa la ta'jalhuma fina wa la ma'na syafiyan wa la matruran wa la mahruma. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin, Amin, Ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you so much for Dua Arif. Now, I will briefly explain about our INCareer event before I explain our agendas for today's webinar. So basically, INCareer is conducted by semester 5 students of interpersonal communication for final year project. INCareer is an initiative taken by my classmate and I, 5A, to advocate and educate undergraduates and future undergraduates before they enter the corporate world. So moving on for today's agendas, our webinar will be covering on brand image excellence, etiquette, and professional presence, which will be divided in 4 modules. Module 1 will be on mastering the arts and science of first impression. Module 2, personal image management. Module 3, executive presence, visual impact that could make or break your personal brand. Module 4, business etiquette in the workplace. A briefly reminder for all the participants, you can gather your questions and you can share with us in the chat box during the Q&A session later, okay? Without further delay, let me introduce all of you to our talented, gorgeous, and experienced speaker, Puan Amy Idoraci Hashim, the founder of Top Tutor Stylish Image Consulting. Puan Amy Idura is known as the first Malaysian representative in Institute of Image Training and Testing International Canada from 2014. She is also the author of Kuasa Warna, the first personal color analysis book in Malaysia enhancing image branding and personality. Puan Amy has also been featured as a guest speaker on Malaysia Hari Ini and collaborated with our Malaysian celebrities, which is Miss Nina and Nolofa. The stage is all yours, Puan Amy.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all of you. Apa khabar semua? And welcome to this INCareer webinar. And of course, thank you so much for the organizing team inviting me for today's session. So we're going to have like a half day session from 9 inshallah until 12 in the afternoon. So yes, we're going to have about 4 modules to cover for today, and inshallah if you have any concern, any question that you want to ask, please do ask at the end of each module, inshallah. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my slide. Okay, so I hope everyone can see my slide. Boleh nampak ya? Okay, cool. All right, okay, so thank you so much. Today I'm going to present you on brand image excellence, etiquette and professional presence for young professionals. Once again, thank you so much for the interpersonal communication student who invited me for today's session. So they have been contacting me, I think about 1 month earlier. So in order for you guys to be here today, it's not as simple as you can see because there's so many arrangement, coordination, and thank you so much for the team to ensure that today's session really happened. Okay, so let me introduce a bit about myself. My name is Amy Iduraci Hashim. You may call me Puan Amy. I guess you're still young, around my daughter's age. My daughter's age is about 23 years old. So I guess you can call me Puan Amy. Right, I am an international certified professional image, etiquette and color consultant. And as mentioned earlier, I am an author to Kuasa Warna. If you can see me in the camera screen, yeah, I'm the author to Kuasa Warna, the first ever technical color analysis book published in Malaysia since 2018. All right, and I'm the first to represent Malaysia since 2014, the first associate to represent IITTI Canada. So what is IITTI? It is an Institute of Image Training and Testing International in making sure all the modules that I presented today and for the past 8 years I've presented is to make sure that all the modules are according to international standard. Yeah, the business image and etiquette modules are according to international standard. And I've also been featured on media prints and TV. And while we're talking today, actually my articles have been published by Harian Metro this morning. So if you just go through Harian Metro online, or if you buy Harian Metro newspaper itself, you can see my article published today morning, something about style personality on gaya peribadi. Okay, so this is me, and also I used to be a columnist to some Malaysia from year 2015 to 2018, and I have published 121 articles during the years when I was with Utusan Malaysia. And as your friends have mentioned earlier, yes, I used to collaborate with celebrities in Malaysia. I used to be an image consultant to Ms. Nina. I used to be her personal shopper. We went to Indonesia, we went to China. I used to be her hijab stylist, but there was earlier days when she started to wear hijab. So between 2013 to 2015. And in 2019, I guess I was a bit lucky because I was invited as the only guest speaker for Nilofa Hijab prior to their rebranding, the Nilofa Hijab's rebranding in 2019. And I was lucky to meet Nilofa for the very first time at their office, for the presentation. Okay, what else? Okay, I used to be a host in RTM TV1 in 2017. Okay, so I was given a segment on my own to present on women's fashion and style throughout 2017. And used to be a guest consultant for TV Al Hijrah from 2015 to 2018. And last year I was a guest consultant for Malaysia Hari Ini TV3. And I was appointed as the industry advisory panel for what do you call it? For Polytechnic Tuanku Said Sirajuddin in Perlis for 2019 and 2020. And in 2019, I was awarded as the Malaysia's Women Leaders under the category of Women Leadership Award by CMO Asia. They are based in India. And also being appointed, not to say appointed, I was selected as one of the successful people in Malaysia, right, to be featured in their encyclopedia, successful people in Malaysia, that was published last year in 2020. And at the same time, last year I was appointed by ITTI to represent Malaysia in collaboration with United Nations Sustainable Development Goal as an ambassador for Malaysia. This is to create an awareness to the public the importance of wearing your mask during this pandemic situation. Okay, and recently, I guess in somewhere in December last year, in 2020, I was appointed as the chairperson and industry advisory advisory board for AWF West Coast Modest Fashion World based in Canada. All right, okay, let's talk about success. You mean I have given you all the slides, but I want you to understand the meaning of success. What does success means to you? I mean, everybody, I mean, everyone has a different definition of success, right? But okay, while I'm here, I want to see, answers from your end. Maybe you can use the chat section, the chat column, in order to, to ask question or give me the answers. All right. So what does success means for you? Okay. And number two, think about this question: who is the most important person to you? Or who is the most important person in your world? So let's think about all these questions. You want to be successful, yes, but you have to think of who is the most important person in your world, and who is the most important person today in this session. So you have to come up with all these questions, because yes, everybody wants to be successful, but they forgot that who is the most important person. Because whenever I ask this question, they would answer, for those who has been married, of course they will answer my spouse, my husband, my wife, or they would answer my parents, me, or some they will answer my siblings. Yes, but you have to think, when you wake up in the morning, who is the most important person to you? Of course, when you wake up in the morning, you'll be thinking, oh, today macam you off because you are currently studying. Of course, you would be thinking, oh, today I have a class, I have to attend a class. Then, oh, maybe today you have to wake up early in the morning on Monday morning, and oh, okay, today I have a webinar. Like myself, I have a webinar to conduct. So who is the most important person to you? So the answer is you, yourself, or me, myself, and I. So you have to think that in order to be successful, you need to make sure that you are the one who is very important in your own world. But what is lacking? You want to be successful, you know that you are important, but what is lacking? Knowledge. So knowledge is important tool, the important tool for you to use that as a strategy in order for you to move forward. So thank you so much. You are here today. I think we have about how many of you? About 90 over participants today online. So congratulations. Because why? Because you know you are the most important person which you want to be successful. In the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, you know that you want to achieve something. You have a dream, you have a goal. So that's the reason why you are here. So thank you so much, because you know that you are important. All right. Okay, so module number 1, mastering the arts and science of first impression. Let me give you a scenario, okay? For example, probably today or maybe this week is your mother's birthday, or your fiance's birthday, if you have a fiance, all right? Or if you're married, for the lecturers, or could be your spouse's birthday, okay? So think of what kind of cake that you want to buy for them. So let me give you an example. Cake A is a very simple chocolate ganache cake. Very simple. There's no decoration, just chocolate ganache, on the outside, but it's very delicious cake. It's worth 250 ringgit. But what if you have another option? The same cake, but with decoration on the outside, with proper icing, proper decoration, beautifully decorated. So what would be your answer? Do you prefer A or do you prefer B? Can I see some answers from the ni? Kalau ada jawapan, just right, B. Okay, so ada yang jawab B. Okay, B. B. Okay, anybody feels that, oh, they prefer A? Because I do understand some people, they're very simple. They don't like this icing, for example. They don't like icing, cake with icing, right? Yes, I can see someone answered A. So it depends on individual, right? But again, think of your position. You are given an assignment. This is for someone special. It could be your mother's birthday, right? Your mother's birthday, and you are required to get a cake, to purchase a cake. Yeah, but think of, it's not about you, but it's about someone else, that when they look at you, or when they look at the cake, and they feel happy about it, and they know not only on the outside it's beautifully decorated, but the inside is also good, it's delicious, right? So what I want you to think about this scenario is that, can you imagine that the cake itself is the foundation, is your foundation, your background, and who you're going to be in the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So what I'm trying to say is, A is the rational values. So A consists of your expertise, your strength, right? The functional values and your experience before you leave the UITM or your university. So this would be your A, right? But in reality, in the outside world, what they want is more than just A. All right, so what they want is emotional values. They want to see more than just A. So can you imagine, A is your foundation. You have a very good background, you have some expertise, maybe you have worked before, and then you have a very good skill, you have special skill that no one has your skill. Okay, but in the reality, in the outside world, they want more than just A. They want B as well. So this is what we call emotional values. Your personality, your style, your personal image, and of course, verbal and non-verbal. These are all verbal and non-verbal communication. Because why? Because people deal with us emotionally. Like you today, of course, you are here and you're looking at me, you'll be like, okay, Puan Amy, should I like her or not? You know, suka ke tak dengan Puan Amy ni? Kalau tak suka, tak apalah, I just leave lah, betul tak? So yes, because we deal with people every single day secara emosi. Emotionally, you are attached with them. You like, macam benci, suka, marah. So it's everything about emotion. So think of your brand today. So how can you improve your brand? How can you strengthen your brand to make sure that people love, like, trust you because of you? Yeah, not because of you imitate other people, or because of you imitate your idols, right? So because of you. So what you need to have is rational values and emotional values in order for you to have a very strong and solid personal branding. So in my first module is what I'm going to teach you, that you need to make sure that you have both. You need to have rational values and emotional values in order for you to move forward. But of course, come back to the question, do I love myself? All right. Of course, you love other people, you love someone else outside there, but before you do that, you need to love yourself first. You need to improve yourself first. Okay. So yeah, this is the quote that really helped me in order for me to move forward. I've been using this quote for many years, and alhamdulillah, because I'm the type which I don't like to copy others. I don't like to see whatever the other people are doing and I follow. I don't do that. I always want to be different. So I always stand by this quote: in order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. So you must always be different. Tapi bukanlah different macam, oh, I nak jadi macam Lady Gaga, you know, somehow dari segi fashion it's different. No, you have to understand what are your strengths, yeah, what are your skills. So use that and be different from the others. Okay. Next. Okay, the fundamentals of your image. Remember, your style is part of your image. Your image is part of your reputation. Kenapa reputation ni? Because whenever we flip newspaper, I don't think we read newspaper lah nowadays. Okay, maybe whenever we scroll Facebook or Instagram, we always ataupun kalau you baca online newspaper, of course you can see news, you know, news from local, international news, and you have read news about people. You know, sometimes yang negatif, skandal sana sini, ada rasuah atau pecah amanah. Because why? And kita pun dengan secara mudahnya mulut kita macam teruknya dia ni. Because why? Reputation is all about your image, and your image is part of reputation. So think about that. Just ask your friend, just ask your best friend, or maybe your lecturer. Ask them whether your image today, is it somehow positive or negative. So fundamentals of your personal image consist of A, B, C. They are called A, appearance, your grooming, personal hygiene, your personality. So remember, people judge you based on what they see. Okay, so 55% comes from the appearance. Okay, and 38% comes from your behavior, your etiquette, the way you deal with others. I'm sure you have seen many people muka cantik, okay, muka cantik, tapi perangai dia macam apa? Kita selalu sebut kan, kita selalu macam komen, kita kecam orang. Because what? Because of dia punya etiquette ataupun tingkah laku dia. So this is behavior. So not only your appearance is perfect, but people judge you based on your behavior. Then comes communication. Communication, 7%. Okay, so 7%. But again, an effective communication, there's a research done by Professor Dr. Albert Mehrabian from US in 1950s, and he found out that 55% effective communication comes from your body language. All right, I can't see you now. Maybe if I view your camera, I would know whether you are interested or you are not interested in this session. Yes, body language. All right, the way you smile, the way you stand, the way you sit, people will always judge. All right, I'm sure your lecturers would know who are the most interested students in her class. The way you sit, the way you stand, or maybe you're not really paying attention, so that will be part of your body language. But again, not only body language, the visual. Remember, visual, when people see you, they would judge you based on what they see. Could be your appearance, could be the way that you behave, yeah, your action, but without any words. So 38% effective communication comes from the tone of voice, and 7% comes from the words that you choose. So no wonder when you send WhatsApp message, when you share a status on Facebook, sometimes you try to be positive, but people think the status as somehow negative. So because the way people perceive it, you know, and it's good that you communicate verbally on face to face rather than you write on WhatsApp or you post on status, because people people read it differently. Somehow when people have negative mindset, of course, they read it as negatively. So of course, communication is also part of your image, where people judge you not only based on what they see, what they have heard about you, but also they will always judge you based on what they have read or through your Facebook, through your Instagram, could be on LinkedIn. They judge you based on the three things. But again, remember, your social media is also important, not only your A, B, C, but there's another one which I didn't put on this slide, but this is what we call D, your digital presence. Yeah, digital presence, your social media presence, which also being judged. People judge you based on what they see and what they have read about you. Okay, right. Okay, so let's take a look at these pictures. We have Susan, Joyce, we have Sarah, and we have Sharif. This is before real transformation. For your information, these are the clients of my image masters from the UK. And some of you will be asking, Puan Devi, tak ada ke gambar orang Melayu kita? Well, I do have our professional clients who are from professional backgrounds. They are the MDs of the company, they are the CFO, they are the secretaries of the company, they are the what do you call that, the accountants. But because orang Malaysia ni pemalu, ini nak cerita, orang Malaysia they are very shy. Okay, they are afraid to have their picture before and after. And of course, I can't have any of the picture to be on the slide. So what I have is my image masters previous client. Yeah, so we have Susan, Joyce, Sarah, and Sharif before transformation. So take a few seconds and see and tell me, how do you perceive them? Can they be trusted? Do they look confident? Do they the position aligned with the way that they present themselves, right? So these are the questions that people would ask when they first meet you. Okay, especially before they even talk to you, right? And before you even pass them your or forward give them your business card. So remember, people judge you based on what they see. So same goes with Susan, Joyce, Sarah, and Sharif. We judge them based on what we see. Okay, boleh I nak tengok a few answers from the from the chat. Okay, what about Sharif? What do you think of Sharif as the managing director? Sesuai atau tidak dengan penampilan dia sebagai managing director? Dalam bahasa Melayunya pengarah urusan. Sesuai tak cara penampilan dia dan apa yang ditunjukkan dengan jawatan yang diberi? Okay, tak sesuai. Okay, nampak macam exactly macam driver. Exactly, because my previous participant, they will always, oh, Puan Amy macam Grab driver, macam a photographer, macam journalist. Alright, okay. Maybe he's okay, not at all. He looks casual, tak sesuai. Tak, okay, betul. Okay, cut your hair please. Okay, cool. Alright, so, okay, now, you know what happened? You judge people, and we all judge others based on what we see. Betul tak? Okay, we judge them based on what we see. Just actually we judge others based on very quick 7 seconds. Hanya 7 saat diperlukan untuk orang menilai kita berdasarkan apa yang dilihat. So you saw the visuals without any action and voice. So what happened was, okay, you had evaluate them, you had a perception, you judge them, and you had an opinion. Boleh tak nak tengok siapa-siapa yang dekat sini yang ada phone depan dia ataupun ada mirror depan dia? Can you look at the mirror and tell me or tell yourself whether how do you look and whether sesuai tak dengan siapa you hari ini? I know that you majority of you are students, but again, even student pun, you cannot be seen like too casual, right? Too casual meaning that people judge you as if that you don't have that authority. They can't trust you. So remember, whoever you are, whether you are in the university or whether even adik-adik dekat sekolah menengah pun, I believe image is important. Because why? Because people always judge. right? People always judge. It could be from your mother's friend. It could be from anyone that see you or anyone that meets you for the first time. Yeah, people do judge, evaluate. They had opinion, they had perception. So for 15 years, can you imagine 15 years, Professor Amy Cuddy, she's very famous on TEDx. If you have seen TEDx, right? TEDx is a platform for speakers, yeah? Very popular. So Amy Cuddy was popular on TEDx, and through 15 years of research done, and she wrote in the book Presence, yeah, in 2015, and she found out that there are questions formed in someone's mind when they first meet you. Apakah soalan-soalan yang akan bermain dalam minda seseorang bila mereka melihat kita? Ataupun apakah perkataan yang bermain dalam minda kita bila kita melihat seseorang? Sama lah ya bila anda melihat saya hari ini. Boleh ke Puan Amy ni? Betul ke dia ni? Apa background dia? You know, all this question akan bermain dalam fikiran anda. I believe that. So the first question that will be formed in someone's mind is, can I trust this person? Boleh ke saya percaya orang ni? The first question. Second question, should I respect him or her? From trust, okay, I think I trust him. Then comes respect. Then barulah you want to be a friend or foe. Nak kawan ke nak lari? Tak naklah kawan dengan orang ni, tengok perangai dia, kita tengok cara dia communicate, teruk dia, kita pun lari. Betul tak? So that's normal. People will always judge you based on what they see. And then bila dah dengar tentang kita, dah baca tentang kita, wow, okay, this person is somebody. Okay, I want to be a friend with her. I want to, kalau boleh nak kenal dia, nak jadikan dia mentor, you know, jadikan dia kawan. Because why? Because people love you. Remember the emotional values? Yes, not only because you have a very good background, you graduate with good CGPA, but again, people want to have more than what you give them. Not only the best resume, the best CV, but your behavior and the way you communicate, the words that you choose is very important, and the way you appear on social media. They will always judge whether can they trust you, whether should they respect you, or whether they want to be your friend. Okay, so your credibility and consistency as a brand. Okay, remember. Okay, let's take a look at Sharif. This is Sharif before transformation, yang mana kita dah kecam dia tadi, kita cakap tak sesuai. Okay, and somebody say, oh, maybe because he's cool. Yeah, maybe he's cool, but again, being cool pun it won't help you in your career. Yeah, unless you have achieved your dreams. For example, kita dah tengok very good example. We have Mark Zuckerberg, we have Steve Jobs. Yeah, they're cool. They wear casuals, and you can tell me, what do you mean? They're cool. They look very casual, and they're very successful. Yes, because why? Because previously, kalau you go, I don't have the picture. I should have a slide here. Mark Zuckerberg, before, when he started Facebook in 2019, if you do Google, I think on my website pun ada tulis on article about Mark Zuckerberg. So in 2019, if not mistaken, 1 year he pledged that, okay, 1 tahun dia nak pakai proper business dress and also with a tie. Because why? Because at that time, Facebook punya saham jatuh. Yeah, nobody trusts them. So in order for him to get the trust, 1 year dia berjanji yang dia akan pakai baju the business dress, not with jacket but business dress, yeah, with the shirt and with a tie. Because why? Because dia nak nampak dia serius dengan apa yang dia lakukan. So that was Mark punya strategy. So when people dah tahu ya tentang Facebook, bagaimana Facebook boleh bantu kita, ya, and then the Facebook saham Facebook pun dah naik. Then what? Then how? Dia berubahlah menjadi siapa di hari ini. So that's how he started. Even Steve Jobs, kalau you tengok Steve Jobs previously, masa the old days when he started, dia pakai full suit. Not kalau Mark Zuckerberg just pakai tie and business dress. Tapi Steve Jobs he used to wear full suit, yeah, full suit sekali dengan the blazer and also the tie. So can you imagine that was them before? So kalau kita nak jadi cool all the time, sampai bila kita nak achieve our dream? Because people judge us based on what they see, alright, based on whether can you be trusted or should they respect you? Remember the questions? So this is Sharif, the managing director, before transformation. So what happened after transformation? Okay, but again, whatever, how the way you dress, of course, it must be aligned with your industry. Okay, fine, Sharif nak pakai yang sebelum ni, like before, he wants to be a very cool managing director. Maybe he has achieved his dream, but because maybe he was in the creative industry, maybe he works for a ID company, or maybe he works for orang kata macam what do you call that, like TV3, somehow like that. So you don't need to present yourself like too high, nampak pakai what do you call that, wear business suit. Because why? Because of the industry. Again, so whenever you're out there, think of your industry. What type of industry you're in? Whether do you need to present yourself formally or casually, like what Sharif did in this slide. So we have besides Sharif, we have Sarah. So Sarah as the HR manager. So can you imagine Sarah as HR manager when she called you, okay, Arif, you have an interview tomorrow. Can you come and meet me at 10 o'clock? So of course you were okay, seronok nak pergi interview. You arrived at 9:30 and suddenly bila dah fill up application form and you meet Sarah for the first time, yeah. After dengar suara dia, okay, the HR manager, I should respect her. But when you meet her for the first time and you look at Sarah, it's like, okay, this is the HR manager and I'm dressed professionally here, and she's like, okay, she's so casual. Again, you judge, we all judge, right? So being a HR manager, how should she dress? Of course, kena naik lah authority tu. Jangan nampak terlalu casual. So same goes as you. Jangan terlalu casual, especially when you want to get people's trust and respect. And this is what I've been practiced, not only in this industry. For information, maybe I didn't mention about, introduction a bit about myself. I used to work in the corporate. I used to work in the multinational company. I used to work with expatriates from Britain, from UK, from Australia, from US. So they have been my bosses. Yeah, for 17 years I worked with corporate. Then I moved to government-linked companies. So my last company, I used to work with Khazanah Nasional Berhad. I was with them. I attached with Khazanah almost a decade. Hampir 10 tahun bersama Khazanah Nasional Berhad. So I use this strategy. You know what? When people wear casually, I don't do that. You know, I naikkan lagi authority. Because why? Because I believe one day people will recognize me. Because why? Because I'm seen as someone, as somebody yang ada authority. Yeah. Because of that, I what do you call it? Automatically I feel very confident, and I was seen different from the others. Alright, so that's the strategy which I've never learned, tetapi sebab maybe like I mentioned earlier in the introduction, because I want to be different. Yeah, in order to be irreplaceable, I want to be different. So that's one of the strategy that I did before. Okay, and what about being a professional? When you think of a professional, what is the image, what can you imagine of someone who is professional versus someone who is amateur? Okay, so a professional has a set of standard. Okay, mereka ni ada standard masing-masing. Okay, especially bila you bangun pagi, remember that you know that you are the most important person. So what kind of standard that you have? So make sure if you feel that you are important and you want to be successful, then you must have a set of standard. Bangun pagi, apa yang perlu buat? Okay, kalau sebelum ni saya tak pernah gosok baju, tak pernah gosok tudung. So hari ni bermula 2021, hari ni 4 hari bulan Januari, saya nak berubah. I want to make sure that I have my own set of standards. Yang mana orang lain tak ada, saya ada. So think about that. Alright, if you want to be successful, jangan follow apa yang orang buat. Kita selalu fikir tentang apa yang terbaik untuk diri kita. Just move forward, just look straight and move forward. So don't ever follow apa yang orang tu buat. Oh, orang tu tak gosok tudung, tak apalah puan ini, orang tak buat. Kawan saya, roommate saya tak gosok tudung, saya tak perlulah gosok tudung. So never do that. Okay, so I've mentioned this even to my kids. Ya, jangan follow orang lain. Kalau orang lain buat begitu, kita jadi lain daripada yang lain. So macam mana nak berjaya? That's how. Because why? Because we have a set of standard. And remember, orang yang profesional, orang yang berjaya hari ini adalah kerana mereka selalu konsisten. Kalau tak percaya, cuba tengok. Can you look at the most people yang orang-orang yang berjaya dalam dunia hari ini? It could be the athletes, it could be mereka yang professional, and could be even our celebrities in Malaysia itself. Can you see that they are always consistent? Cuba tengok dalam Instagram mereka. Mereka selalu update, mereka selalu post. Because why? Because mereka consistent. Tak ada siapa yang berjaya dalam dunia hari ini yang tak consistent. Okeylah, hari ni je saya nak saya nak make sure saya ada standard. Tapi esok lusa dah malas. Sebab apa? Alah, esok tak masuk kelas. It's okay. Esok tak ada for us yang bekerja ni, esok tak ada Zoom meeting. It's okay. Now, for those yang I believe the organising team yang pernah lihat saya secara we have Zoom meeting previously, and they have seen me on Zoom meeting je ni, bukannya ada talk apa, just meeting, not even official meeting, just meetings. And if you have seen me on Facebook, I make sure that I'm consistent all the way. Yeah, consistent all the way. Even saya pergi grocery shopping pun, I would say that I'm similar to how you see me on online, on Zoom, on Facebook. Because why? Because I want people to see me whenever they meet me outside. Say, hey, oh inilah Puan Amy. Because why? Because I want them to think in their mind that okay, Puan Amy dia memanglah macam ni. You tak boleh nak lari dah, memang macam ni lah dia. So macam tu lah. So this is what I want you to think of, what kind of standard that you have that makes you different from the others. Maksudnya bukan hanya dalam ni je nak make sure proper, tapi bila kat luar, bila jumpa dengan kawan, lepak dengan kawan, habis. Right? Habis. Sebab apa? Sebab nak jadi cool. Alright? Okay. Boleh jadi cool tapi not all the time lah. Ya, kita cool tapi kita remember because kita nak make sure orang trust, respect ya pada diri kita. Okay? So this is one of my strategy. You want to follow, you follow, and you see the people would what do you call that? They would judge you differently. So if you use my strategy and tell me later, maybe you can WhatsApp me, Puan Amy betul lah Puan Amy cakap. Percayalah, you try my strategy and you can see how people perceive you differently. So remember, ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most consistent. Maksudnya, bila bangun pagi, selama sebulan, even setahun lepas, saya memang konsisten Puan Amy. Dalam antara 10 tu, maybe saya selalu dalam 8. Okay, but don't worry, if you have the answer of 4, maybe you have 3, maybe rasa macam you are in the middle. Let's say you say, Puan Amy, I think that I'm still at 5. Okay, don't worry, because why? The reason why you're here is because you want to improve yourself. I'm not expecting you to be like 10. I know some participants say, Puan Amy, I 12. Okay lah. So because why? Because dia sangat-sangat confident. Tak apalah, orang macam ni kita suka, kita happy macam wow, okay, saya pun tak berani nak letak 10, dia dah letak 12, you know. Biasalah, you know, some people they love to like tease us, especially we are in front. Kita ni sebagai trainer, dia suka tease kita kan. So it's okay because you know why? Because these people, they are very confident. But satu je ya, yang drawback ni, orang-orang confident sangat ni, dia tak bagi peluang untuk diri dia untuk improve lagi. Bagi dia dah tak ada dah ruang-ruang untuk improve because saya dah perfect sangat. Oh, tak boleh macam tu because nobody's perfect. Remember, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. Even my background, I rasa my background pun masih tak perfect. Banyak lagi yang perlu diimprove. Even I'm here today for information, I am an introvert. Saya ni sebenarnya sangat pemalu. Okay. One time when one of my director asked me to coordinate a very short 1 hour session for my team. They call it a knowledge sharing session, and I wasn't able to stand there and introduce the speakers and what do you call that, and describe about the session because I was too shy. I'm too afraid to be out there and speak. But because I jumped into this industry when I left Khazanah in 2013 officially, I started in 2012 lagi, but I officially left them in 2013, and I have to change myself, right? Because I'm in this industry, I cannot be introvert all the time. So you know that you have some, orang kata, ruang-ruang yang perlu improve. So that's the reason why daripada from introvert, at least I'm now not an extrovert, but they call it ambivert, di tengah-tengah daripada introvert. Saya tak boleh jadi extrovert lah sebab saya masih pemalu. So now I am at ambivert. Bolehlah cuba bercakap dengan orang, dah boleh bercakap. So if you think that Ponimi saya ni introvert, saya malu lah nak ni, it's okay because that's how I started. Yeah. So we all start at orang kata di bawah. Ya, kita tak ada yang start dan terus di atas. Kita selalu start di bawah. So kalau kita tak mencuba, forever kita tak tahu di mana potensi kita. Right? So always try to improve yourself. Okay. So next is to understand your values. Can you imagine, baru modul 1 ya. So understand your values. Because why? Kenapa saya masukkan bab value ni? Nilai nilai dalam diri. Kerana semua orang macam hari ni terlalu teruja dengan social media. Everyone wants to be macam, I want to be influencer, Puan Amy. Kalau boleh, because why? I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be vlogger. Because why? Because I believe from there, I tak perlu nak kerja. Then I can earn from there again. No matter who you are, whatever that you want to be, whoever you want to be, okay, always have the values with you. You must hold your values tight to yourself. Maksudnya kita berpegang pada nilai-nilai yang ada dalam diri kita. Nilai-nilai yang mak kita kata masa kecil, oh kalau pergi rumah orang, make sure jangan ambil mainan dia bawa balik. Betul tak? Sebab mak kata begitu sebab dia tak nak kita mencuri. Ataupun kalau kita kawan dengan seseorang, kita tipu dia. Okay, kita ambil dan kita tipu, tak adalah saya tak ambil. Because why? Sebab mak percaya bahawa itu adalah nilai kita menipu, which is not good. Yeah, that's negative values. So I want you to think of your personal and professional values because you're moving forward. Yeah, sekarang ni masih dalam university, but moving forward, you're gonna jump, you're gonna join, companies, your dream company, your dream company. So of course, you need to understand where you stand today. So think about this activity. Ask yourself, I appreciate what? Say for example, I appreciate honesty. Maksudnya saya hargai orang yang honest dengan saya, yang ikhlas dengan saya. Saya hargai orang yang respect others. So I want to be known or seen as someone who is what? Like myself, I want to be known or seen as someone who is professional. I want to be known. Sorry, ada perkataan silap tu. I want to be known or seen as someone who is credible, or I want to be known as someone who is honest, or I value teamwork. So think of your values. So dalam aktiviti ni, okay, think of your personal versus your professional values. Okay, so list down all your personal values and think of your professional values. So what I have in the next slide is the list of values. Yang ini setakat ni memanglah bukan, the values is not only what you see here, because there's so many other values that you probably have that's not listed. So you come up with your own values. For example, I value myself, contohnya dalam slide ni, I value myself as someone who is trustworthy, yeah, or someone who is good, disciplined, or effective, or flexible. But you have to differentiate between personal versus professional. Sebab apa? Because when you're out there in future nak cari kerja, you are eyeing for your dream job, dream company, of course you need to understand their values. What I want you to do is that in the future, for example, if you want to look for companies, do some research. Maksudnya, take a look at the vision, mission and values. For example, I'm sure dalam salah satu values yang ada dalam company seperti Petronas is being a professional. Yeah, being a professional. So when they expect the values professional, I mean as the employees of the Petronas mesti present themselves as professional. Tak kisahlah, it could be your appearance, it could be your behavior, it could be your communication. So if you're eyeing for that kind of company, you know that they very professional. Cuba tengok diri dalam cermin. Adakah saya seorang yang profesional dari segi, okay, you're good in terms of your CV tu memang perfect lah. CGPA pun dah perfect, dah dapat anugerah sana sini. But tetapi apa yang mereka nak lihat ialah it's more than that, like I mentioned earlier, right? So if they have values on their website as professional, you yourself need to present yourself secara what do you call it, appearance professional, behavior must be professional, and communication pun mesti professional. So think of your personal versus your professional. So I do have the second slide as well. So think of the values, because this is very important. Contohnya kalau kita tengok, kita belik-belik kan, kita tengok dalam Facebook, sometimes you scroll down, suddenly you tengok ada orang post, you know, somebody, or could be your friends, could be your family's post something about whatever happening in our what do you call it, current orang kata keadaan negara kita hari ini, or could be from international punya news. You dengar orang yang pecah amanah, orang yang ambil duit sana sini, for example orang yang tipu sana sini. Because why? Kenapa? Sebab value tu tak ada. Okay, they don't have the values in it. They don't hold to that values of apa? Of integrity, okay, amanah, jaga amanah. Dia tak ada value apa lagi, being orang kata trustworthy, yang boleh dipercayai. Okay, so sama juga dengan diri anda di sana yang mungkin saya tak nampak. Okay, think of your values. Yeah, so what I want you to do is that think of your personal versus professional values. For example, personally, I rasa, not me, but this is an example, yeah. Personally, I value myself as someone who's very relaxed. I value freedom, humor. I suka gelak-gelak. Okay, fame, saya suka lah pandemi kalau dapat jadi influencer, contoh. So open-minded. But kalau you nak kerja company macam Petronas, you cannot be like this. Tak bolehlah relax and freedom. Bila orang bagi kerja, tak bolehlah, saya tak boleh kerja. Because apa? Sebab saya tak suka dikongkong. Saya seorang yang free. Saya suka buat apa saja yang saya suka. Saya tak suka orang kongkong beritahu saya buat ni. Okay, so think of your personal values and your professional values. Professional means when you're outside there, bila nak cari kerja, nak cari career yang bagus. So what kind of values that you have in you? Bukan sengaja di-create, bukan sengaja dibuat-buat, tetapi that's you. I value myself as someone who is professional. I value myself. I value integrity, excellence, because apa saja I buat, I must be excellent. Saya mesti cemerlang dalam apa saja saya buat. Contohnya hari ni, we should thank all the organising team because they want to be excellent. They want to make sure that everything is perfect, running smoothly. So they call me, they arrange with me. We have a meeting yesterday to make sure we do rehearse yesterday. Because why? Because they all semuanya nak make sure that hari ini berjalan dengan lancar dan sempurna dan cemerlang lah, excellent. Because why? Because they value excellence, ya, kecemerlangan dalam apa saja dia buat, and they are committed. Nampak tu ada perkataan committed di situ. Because they are committed. Okay, I want to make sure that this is, orang kata, event ni berjalan dengan lancar dan berjaya. So what do? They are very committed. So same goes as you. So, untuk you juga, you think of your personal versus your professional. Secara profesionalnya saya begini Puan Amy, secara personal saya begini. Tapi hati-hati, ada yang personal tu jangan terlalu ambil sangat bawa kepada profesional dalam nilai profesional. Macam tadi, saya nak jadi cool, tetapi cool dalam bidang yang profesional kita tak boleh jadi cool sentiasa, because orang akan pandang kita rendah, di bawah. Mereka tak boleh nak percaya pada kita sebab kita terlalu nampak cool. Ya, tak boleh juga. Okay, this is example. So ask yourself whether are your values today congruent with your ABCs, your appearance, behavior, communication, your digital presence, and your overall accomplishments. For example, saya bagi contoh. Okay, we have this guy, memang tak ada nama lah, ini contoh saja. So who you are today is a result of your personal and professional values and your academic qualification, your personal accomplishment, or maybe awards that you receive, anugerah dekan, or apa saja anugerah yang diterima. Again, ramai ada masalah-masalah yang berlaku di luar sana, banyak sangat skandal sana sini yang negatif yang biasa kita tengok. Bila kita tengok aja kita baca, teruknya dia ni. Sebab apa? Sebab reputasi mereka telah tercalar. Sama juga dengan artis. Artis, I'm sure you have seen for the past many years, walaupun kita dah tahu kita macam wah seronoknya, suka sangat, idol sangat artis ni, tapi bila satu masalah yang timbul, could be the way mungkin apa saja yang dicakap dalam dia punya Instagram live yang buatkan orang macam I mean you know who they are kan, you have seen them, you have heard about them, you have read about them, and yeah, of course they are very successful, they are very successful businessmen, businesswomen, in terms of appearance, wow, perfect. But again, the way that they present themselves bila dia bercakap, memilih perkataan, apa yang disampaikan, somehow buat kita rasa kecil hati. So I'm sure you know who are they kan, not only man or woman, whoever they are. And kenapa? Sebab nilai-nilai dalam diri itu tak ada. So think about your own values. Yeah. For example, I value myself as someone who is professional, confident, I'm a well-groomed person, and I value integrity, honesty, and teamwork in a day-to-day business dealings. Okay. So think of your values, because I cannot dictate, oh you must have, siapa dekat sini, Arif mesti ada values macam ni, and then Afisha mesti ada value begini. I cannot dictate that because we are all different. Kita masing-masing ada mempunyai nilai-nilai yang berbeza antara satu sama lain. So I cannot say that oh you kena jadi macam ni, kena jadi macam ni. Even my daughter, my son, I cannot dictate because every person values differently. But of course as parents kita akan terapkanlah nilai, oh kalau macam ni jangan ambil barang orang, jangan tipu, jangan make sure you jangan macam ni. Okay, of course kita tak suka meniru. So of course kalau kita tak suka meniru, kita tak boleh expect anak-anak kita buat begitu. Alright, so samalah juga dalam dunia yang sebenar hari ini, try to make sure that you hold to your values. Nak berjaya, boleh academic qualification saja ataupun kita ada pangkat yang paling tertinggi, kita ada Datuk Syih, Tan Sri ke apa ke, kita ada PhD paling tinggi lah ni. But again, tapi kalau kita terlupa pada nilai-nilai yang perlu kita ada, definitely orang akan menilai kita sebagai seorang yang negatif. Dibaca tentang kita, ada je Datuk Syih tapi kan mulut kan dah berkata-kata. So this is us. Kita akan sentiasa melihat kepada yang negatif. Jarang kita ni sebagai manusia nak lihat kepada sesuatu yang positif. Kita akan lihat dulu negatif. Macam you lihat sekarang pada diri saya, Puan Amy ni macam ni, contoh. So we will always look at negative side first instead of positive. So kita sebagai individu yang waras, yang bercita-cita tinggi, cuba kita lihat mana area yang kita nak improve supaya tak bagi ruang kepada orang ramai, kepada rakan-rakan, kepada lecturer, kepada rakan-rakan dalam Facebook, dalam social media kita untuk mereka menilai kita sebagai seorang yang negatif, yang mereka nak kecam all the time. So try to think of macam mana I nak improve for 2021 ni supaya orang lihat saya sebagai seorang yang positif all the way. Right? So whatever that you post, whatever that you share, gambar-gambar apa, you nak selfie boleh, tapi you have to think of apa yang I buat ni sama ada positif ke negatif, adakah saya akan dikecam atau tidak. So if you think like that, if you strategize yourself that way, insyaAllah I tell you I can prove it. Orang akan susah nak cari kesalahan, ya, susah orang nak menilai kita sebagai somebody yang negatif. Mereka akan sentiasa kita melihat sebagai seorang yang positif. Then they want to work with us, they trust us, they just love to be with us. Alright, so that would be the first module. Okay, so this is what I have from Forbes.com in 2013. As uncomfortable as it may be, we are under microscope every day. Our employees, colleagues, our customers judge us by how we look, how we dress, table manners, our grooming, and sometimes how we do our job. So I'm sure if you have lecturers over here dalam webinar hari ini, I'm sure your lecturers would be thinking the same. Betul, ada student yang macam tak hantar report, tak hantar assignment. So of course, the way that you do your job, the way that you present yourself will always be judged. Okay, so that will be the end of our first module, right? And okay, banyak ni dalam chat ni. Each person values a unique, yes. Okay, someone who is courageous. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's take a look at your star personality. Kenapa star personality? Because remember that people judge us based on what they see, and they have dia letak you di dalam kotak-kotak yang berlainan. Bermaksud, adakah saya patut respect orang ni? Okay, dia letak dekat kotak yang respect. Oh saya rasa saya tak yakin lah dengan dia ni, saya jadi kawan-kawan biasa je lah, tapi saya tak nak berurusan dengan dia in the future. So dia akan letak dalam kotak yang berlainan. So think of you yourself, cuba tengok dalam cermin hari ni, cuba ataupun tanya kawan-kawan, you dalam kotak yang mana? Okay, so the way you present yourself sometimes buatkan orang akan lebih percaya pada you ataupun tidak. For example, style personality yang kita ada hari ini, especially kita ada dua ya, kita ada both men and women. So for women, they are what we call as classic elegant, we have classic traditional, we have romantic, we have sporty natural, and we have dramatic, and we have creative. So for the team, I think organizing team yang mana yang can help me to post the questionnaire tu boleh letak. I think you can put on the chat because I want the participant to answer the questionnaire. Okay, because there will be some questionnaire and I will explain to you a bit later on each of the style personalities. Apa yang membezakan personality masing-masing. Okay, so we have classic elegant, classic traditional, romantic, sporty, dramatic and creative. So how do we differentiate them? So do we represent yourself today? For example, classic elegant and classic traditional. Apa yang membezakan mereka ialah orang yang classic elegant ni, they love timeless style, sesuatu yang tak lapuk ditelan zaman, yang style maksudnya gayanya dah 10 tahun dulu pun gaya fashion tu dah ada, ataupun 20 tahun dulu, 40 tahun dulu dah ada. Tetapi mereka ni lebih menitik beratkan sesuatu yang high end brands, yang ada jenama. Dia takkan pakai jenis-jenis brand-brand yang murah ya, yang local designers ya. So of course I believe dalam group ni tak mungkin lah, susah lah, kalau Malaysia ni susah lah, kecuali mungkin artis kita ke somebody yang memang business woman yang berjaya ke, mungkin mereka berpakaian begini. Tetapi apa yang kita lihat ialah classic traditional. This is normal lah dalam kita punya masyarakat hari ini. Classic traditional means masih lagi berpakaian klasik, sesuatu yang timeless style, tidak lapuk ditelan zaman. Tetapi berbezanya dengan classic elegant, classic traditional ni mereka tak kisah harga mahal ke murah, mereka beli. Itu membezakan classic elegant and classic traditional. Elegant ni they want to make sure top to toe sampai kasut sampai handbag semuanya high end brands. Tetapi classic traditional dia okey, asalkan pemakaian tu, gaya pemakaian tu boleh dipakai untuk 5 tahun akan datang. Maksudnya beli baju kurung ni, okey saya rasa untuk next year, 2 years later pun I still boleh pakai. So that is what we call classic traditional. Next is romantic. Macam mana kita nak kenal orang-orang style romantic ni? Senang saja, kita tengok dari segi tudung, or maybe for those yang tak pakai hijab, maybe rambut dia jenis curl, macam kita tengok Taylor Swift ni, a bit curly kat sini. And then dari segi pemilihan fabric, they go for laces and they love ribbons. Contohnya kalau dalam dekat handbag tu mesti ada ribbon sikit, kasut pun ada ribbon sikit. Alright. And they love pastel colours. For those of you yang memang buka wardrobe memang pastel all the way, maksudnya buka wardrobe tu suka sangat warna pastel, so ada kemungkinan you fall under romantic style personalities. Ya, bukan klasik tetapi romantic. So eventually whatever that I'm teaching you today, I have this article on Harian Metro. So kalau tak boleh Harian Metro, I believe because tadi pun ada Google, then they do have on Harian Metro online. So if you want to read whatever that I've given or send to Harian Metro journalist, boleh tengoklah apa yang saya tulis tentang personality gaya, pemilihan personality gaya. You can read that. Okay, and if you love reading, then you go to my website as well, www.perundingimageemidura.com, and I have 100 over articles, previous articles pun ada masuk dalam tu, information kalau you nak belajar tentang gaya, tentang image, anything, semua ada di situ. Okay. So we do have sporty natural. Sporty natural ni orang dia mudah sangat kita nak nilai dia. Dia tak suka makeup, dia tak suka gosok tudung atau gosok baju. Ni orang-orang yang bila ambil baju je, kalau dia beli baju je memang ni jenis tak gosok ni tak apa. Saya suka. So orang macam ni lah yang sporty natural. Orang dia simple, dia suka pakai jeans, dia tak suka pakai baju kurung ni. Dia lebih selesa berpakaian jeans, sport shoes, t-shirt, ya. and very simple, orang dia tak perlu pakai aksesori semua tu. So nak kenal orang macam ni kita lihat lah, orang tu memang okay, no makeup, no accessories, pakai simple, ini adalah sporty natural. Kemudian kita ada dramatic. Orang yang dramatic ni macam saya sikit lah. Kenapa dia dramatic? Sebab warna dia. Because of the color that they choose. It could be the lipstick, it could be the tudung itself, warna-warna tudung yang terang-terang, and it could be baju, could be kasut, could be handbag, or anything that when you meet them, you say, wow, okay, warna very bright. So they love bright colors, they love makeup, they always selalu je tengok Instagram, Pinterest, look for inspiration. So these people, they are considered as dramatic. So creative. Orang yang kreatif ni dia lain daripada yang lain. Maksudnya kalau orang lain tak pakai that kind of dress, they love to mix and match. Kalau kat Malaysia ni siapa agaknya? Kalau kat Malaysia ni mungkin kita tengok kalau untuk lelaki, kita akan lihat Isi Liza, Wak Doyo at one time, so they are different. At one time sebelum Niloufar pakai niqab, yes, she's considered under creative. So again, for you, at your level and at your current, whatever you are today, kan, sebagai student kita tak bolehlah jadi terlalu kreatif sebab nanti orang tak boleh nak relate dengan apa yang you cuba tawarkan. What do you offer? What is your background? What's your expertise? Because dia rasa macam dia ni salah industri kot, mungkin kena masuk industri lain ni, tak sesuai. Unless selepas ini tiba-tiba you dapat kerja, you get a job at like Media Prima, like RTM, because I used to, I was given a assignment ataupun program, pergi ada training program dekat Media Prima, and of course Media Prima punya staff, when I was there for a session with them, I was like really shocked because the way that they present themselves is totally creative lah, memang creative lah, not even dramatic, sangat creative lah. Then I was like, okay, it's hard for me to be there and teach them about image, nak jaga image, professional image, because professional image ni lain, it's totally different than fashion. Fashion lain, fashion, because I used to work with Miss Dina and I used to be her behind the scenes stylist, so I understand. Kalau fashion ni lain, kalau image dia lain. Kalau fashion ni like for example macam apa yang berlaku masa dulu, being a fashion stylist, fashion stylist, we were given all the sponsorship punya macam baju, all the ni, and then sebagai seorang artis dia kena pakai, sebab memang dah fashion designer sponsor, so of course dia kena pakai. But for us sebagai image consultant, kita kena make sure that sesuai ke dengan siapa dia hari ini, sesuai ke dengan value yang dia nak. Kalau contohnya nak value sebagai professional, tak sesuai lah jadi kreatif ni, for example. And it was hard for me because I was an image consultant and then terpaksa berubah menjadi fashion stylist sebab at that time I was working with a celebrity. So it was so hard for me to change myself, nak bagi whatever yang fashion designer bagi pada artis. So that's the reason why you tengok dalam awards yang sebelum ni lah, sebelum PKP yang kita boleh tengok awards, kita tengok artis-artis yang berpakaian macam tak sesuai lah dengan dia. Kenapa? Sebab it was given or sponsored by fashion designers. So sebagai image consultant, I kena tengok dari segi warna, nilai yang dia bawa, sesuai ke dengan body shape dia, sesuai ke dengan warna dia. So many things that I need to really analyze before sebelum saya what do you call that, craftkan dia punya style tu sendiri. So being a creative ni tak sesuai untuk kita kalau kita rasa macam kita nak bekerja di syarikat yang mementingkan tradisional, mementingkan konservatif punya pemakaian, formal, kalau boleh dilihat sedikit formal. So kalau kita berada dalam situasi begitu, jadi orang tak boleh nak relate, dia ni salah industri kot, salah tempat kerja. Okay, because what I'm teaching you today is based on what I've done before, kesilapan saya juga, because saya terlalu nak menunjukkan personality saya, because I want to be cool, like you say, being cool but being creative at the same time. So I used to wearing big earrings to the office, pakai warna-warna yang sangat terang. Before pakai tudung, I used to wear wig. I used to have a very short wig, long wig, macam-macam wig lah, dengan curl, dengan straight, semua ada. So bila kita begitu, orang tak boleh nak relate dengan syarikat yang agak traditional, yang agak konservatif. So what I'm teaching you is that be careful of how you present yourself, because bila orang tak boleh nak relate, dia rasa macam oh kita tak sesuai bekerja di situ. So what I'm teaching you is based on, not only based on the books, but based on my previous experience. So same goes with the guys, sama juga lelaki pun sama. Dia ada klasik, ya, dia ada klasik elegan, traditional, romantic. Macam mana kita nak kenal orang romantik ni? Kita tengok dari segi pemilihan warna-warna dia, warna-warna baju. Sometimes kita mungkin baju dia simple tapi kita nak stocking dia pink-pink pula. Because I used to have previous participant, dia nampak biasa tapi kawan-kawan dia semua, puan kereta dia warna pink, lelaki tu kereta warna pink, okay, for guy. So macam oh okay, pelik lah pula kan kereta warna pink. So again, cara pemilihan warna pakaian kita akan mencerminkan personality kita di mana. So we do have sporty, we have sporty casual, and of course we have creative. Creative ni macam I mentioned earlier, macam AC Liza yang memang bila dia pakai baju tu macam somehow different from other people. But again, I did mention and highlight to be different, right? So being different means that you need to know who you are today, and then what's your expertise, apa nilai-nilai yang kita nak bawa. Kalau kita hargai diri kita sebagai seorang yang credible lah, yang professional, yang ada pengalaman yang bagus, yang kita nak orang respect kita, jadi kita tak bolehlah terlalu kreatif sangat di luar sana. Jadi kita nampak sedikit profesional. So berbayangkan orang yang profesional ni bagaimana penampilan dia. Kalau nak jadi profesional tak bolehlah nampak terlalu casual. Kalau kita hargai diri saya sebagai seorang yang profesional. Janganlah berpakaian casual. Ya, so make sure kita alignkan apa yang nilai-nilai yang kita bawa dengan apa yang kita cuba sampaikan melalui perkataan, pilihan perkataan, the way we say it, and then our communication, our behavior. Remember our first module? So yes, that's it. Let me check the chat box. Semua ada yang dah. Okay, good. So we have style personality for men and women. Okay, dah ada attached question there. Please, what do you call that? I think siapa ni? Was it Nana ke Wan Farhana yang arrange untuk kita punya break?
Yes.
Okay, Wan Farhana. Okay, Wan Farhana akan arrange our break. So what I want you to think, or what I want you to do is think of the first module. Apakah nilai-nilai yang kita nak bawa secara personal and also professional, and also do answer all these questions. I do have, I have all these the questions. Okay, kalau yang tak sempat tekan link tu, so these are the questions for the ladies, for the women. So soalan-soalan untuk kita tahu anda di mana, style personality anda dramatic ke, romantic ke, creative ke, is it classic ke. So try to answer this question through the questionnaire yang mana I dah bagi. Because there are different questions, question set for both men and women. So I do hope you use this to get your answers. Alright. Okay, I think Wan Farhana, we go for a break. Boleh ke?
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much, Panemi, for the previous session. We have just ended our first two modules and we'll be back in 5 minutes or toilet break. Okay? All right. So while on break, grab your phone and follow Puan Amy's social media account to get more updates, tips, and tricks to enter the corporate world. For the Puan Amy social media account, for the Instagram, it's perunding_image_ME Idura. All right, there's a slide over there. Boleh hit that follow button, guys. Attention to all participants. You may answer the questions at the chat box now for the star personality men and women. Thank you. All right, Puan Amy, are you there? Are you guys back already? Okay, so while waiting for Puan Amy, I really hope that you guys check on today's Harian Metro for the link, because I've seen this just now. So sangat-sangat wow, sebab dekat bawah-bawah ni, if you can see dekat dia punya bawah yang link tu, sorry, yang berita berkaitan tu, bawah tu pun also ada Puan Amy, which is dengan news yang bertajuk Obsessed Tech berjenama dan plus size tampil yakin. So it's very good sharing, you guys kena baca. Okay, but after this, so sekarang ni kita sharing session for 3 and 4 lah. Okay, so everyone ready ya? Let's kickstart our module 3 and 4 session now. Jot down as many information as you can and have fun, okay?
Okay. I hope everyone is here. Semua dah ada ke? So we have 100 participants, yeah? Cool. Alright, so I guess you have done your questionnaire. Semua dah fill up all the questions. And kalau sempat, do the personal versus professional values. Nanti rakan-rakan kita, organizing team akan forward juga the copy of this slide which I've given to you earlier. So tak apa, kalau tak sempat nak buat sekarang, do that maybe after the session itself. And because it will take some time lah, because I understand some people may say, wow, susahnya soalan ni Puan Imi, I pun tak sure lah I punya value. So again, this is not at your level. Even I did this at C level, the CEO, CFO, masa tu the C levels and all the management team was with me in the same room and they are like garu-garu kepala. Okay, soalan ni susah. So can you imagine at that level pun bagi diorang itu adalah satu soalan yang susah untuk keluarkan apakah nilai-nilai dalam diri. Because kita kalau boleh jangan tipu diri kita sendiri. Oh, Puan Imi saya nak jadi macam ni. Tapi sedangkan kita tidak. So never, orang kata jangan tipu diri sendiri because try to be yourself. Because otherwise orang tak boleh relate dengan siapa kita hari ni. Okay, so that would be for module number 1. So module yang berkenaan dengan personal image management. Hari ni kita masuk bab style personality. So for those yang dah dapat jawapan, I'm sure ada yang akan kata, Puan Imi saya ada 3 lah. That means cuba lihat dari segi soalan-soalan tu yang mana lebih dominant. Can you see for example you have lots of A's, ada yang banyak B, ada yang 3B, 2C, ada yang banyak ataupun 4A, 1B for example. So don't worry, even I did this with the celebrity pun they had like 3 answers at one go. For example, they are classic, they are sporty natural, but at the same time they are dramatic. Because why? Sebagai seorang celebrity, sebagai seorang artis, they have to dress according to the occasion. But what about your answers? What are your answers? Sama ada adakah you masih dalam kategori romantic, but at the same time seorang yang classic traditional, ataupun all the way memang somebody yang D would be sporty natural. So what about the guys? Yang untuk rakan-rakan lelaki kita pun mungkin di dalam kategori kalau for example kalau kat sini mostly A, that means you are casual. Mostly B, that means you are sporty. Kalau dapat lebih jawapan what you call C, that means you are classic traditional. D kepada classic elegant. E would be romantic. Kalau you banyak kepada F ialah creative. So cuba dapatkan jawapan masing-masing. Maybe if you want to just look at your answers. So what are your dominant kat situ? Sama ada lebih kepada B, C, A, D, E, F. So for the ladies, kalau yang tak sempat nak lihat slide tadi. Okay, so kalau A romantic maksudnya banyak kepada A. Kalau B classic traditional, C dramatic high fashion, D would be sporty natural, E classic elegant, and F creative. So this would be your style personalities. Ya, tapi apa yang kita nak belajar hari ini ialah bagaimana nak alignkan personality gaya kita hari ini dengan nilai-nilai yang kita nak bawa. For example, apakah nilai saya? Nilai saya nak jadi saya nak nampak sebagai seorang yang profesional, sebagai seorang yang committed, yang rajin, yang boleh dipercayai. So if you use that kind of word, if you choose that word, saya mahu dipercayai Puan Imi. So kalau mahu dipercayai, so be careful of how you write, macam mana you persembahkan diri, how do you present yourself, whatever that you share. Sometimes bila apa yang you share tu macam orang kata percaya gini, tak boleh percayalah, sekejap cakap macam ni, sekejap cakap begini. So again, whatever that you choose, your nilai-nilai yang ada dalam diri tu, so jangan tipu dan kalau boleh, kalau ia adalah sesuatu yang negatif, try to improve. Okay, so how can you relate your style personality with your future job? So you need to know the level of business, for example, you need to know the level of business dressing. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, my module that I'm presenting today is a standard, is an international standard module. Ya, dekat Malaysia ni so far I'm the only Malay. Ada juga Chinese yang lain, tetapi I'm the only Malay yang pegang this business image and etiquette module daripada IITTI. IITTI is like an ISO, sebuah badan ISO, ibaratkan badan ISO yang memastikan modul image dan etiquette yang disampaikan oleh image consultant adalah mengikut standard, mengikut piawaian antarabangsa. Maksudnya even image industri pun bermula daripada overseas, betul tak? Kemudian dibawa ke setiap negara sampailah ke Malaysia. So dekat Malaysia ni I'm the only person yang pegang modul image and etiquette ni to make sure. Kenapa? Sebab banyak sangat percanggahan dari segi ilmu. Ada cakap begini, ada cakap begini, ada cakap begitu. Because apa? Because tak ada standardization. So with standardization, it helps people to understand, oh okay, pergi mana-mana pun sama. So what I want you to do is that whatever that you have today is an international standard module which you can apply. If for example, dah habis belajar dan dapat kerja dan suddenly you are assigned to go to Australia or to the US, to Japan. So you can use this module and apply it there. So tak rasa malu lah. Kalau kita belajar local standard, jadi kita nak apply kat luar tak boleh because dia tak sama. So with levels of business tracing yang mengikut international standard, apa yang perlu anda tahu ialah ada 4 level dalam pemakaian hari ini, dalam dress code, ya, kod pemakaian. So dress code kita dinamakan yang paling tinggi, the highest authority level. Bila orang tengok kita pakai begini, dia ada pandangan, persepsi, hukuman yang di mana bila dia tengok kita dia macam wow, mesti dia akan automatically dia akan rasa respect pada orang yang memakai pemakaian begini. So this is what we call business formal. Ya, business formal requirement dia mesti pakai full suit, ya, daripada atas bawah. It could be skirt, it could be pants. This is for ladies, ya, full suit. So the most highest authority dari segi pewarnaan ialah hitam. So black is the most high authority. Kemudian kita pergi kepada blue, charcoal grey. Kalau boleh lagi gelap lah. Kalau boleh whatever that you have here, kalau boleh kita gelapkan lagi. Charcoal grey, then we go by beige colours and you see me in red colour today. So perubahan dari segi warna akan memberikan persepsi bahawa kurang authority. So kalau imagine kalau in the future suddenly you jump into a creative industry or broadcasting industry yang mana yang tak memerlukan pakaian terlalu formal, tapi still nak pakai full suit, then you can choose yang mana yang kita lihat yang paling kanan sekali with less authority. Boleh full suit tapi less authority lah. Sebab apa? Because of the colour and because of the fabric and because of the designnya. Mungkin ada lagi banyak corak, lagilah kurang authority dia. Ya, lagi solid and plain colour, black colour is the most highest authority, lagi tinggi orang akan lihat kita. So use this strategy. And for the guys sama juga, ya. Warna hitam, then you can blue or charcoal grey, tapi kalau boleh lagi gelap. So warna yang lebih cerah, maksudnya kalau you see somebody wearing full suit tapi dengan warna yang cerah, authority dia jatuh sikit. Kalau lagi cerah, authority jatuh, dan lagi ada design, lagi ada jacket, ada berbunga-bunga. For example, adalah kita lihat kan, pernah tengok selebriti kita pakai full suit tapi jenis bunga-bunga. So kurang authority, tetapi masih kita lihat dia sebagai somebody yang ada pangkat, yang tinggi jawatan dia, yang kita rasa kita patut hormat. Okay, so this is what we call business formal. Hati-hati sebab make sure top and bottom mesti sama dari segi warna, fabric, meaning that kalau you beli dekat G2000, full suit G2000. Kalau you beli kat Padini, full suit Padini. Jangan satu beli kat G2000, satu beli kat Padini. I mean blazer G2000, seluar dekat Padini. Like what I did with UITM Puncak Alam, because I was like, we had a face-to-face training, so it's easier for me to audit all my participant. Maksudnya I tarik semua participant lelaki berdiri depan, saya pegang fabric masing-masing, so kita atur mereka mengikut authority level, so it's easier. Tapi because of the COVID in the situation, I'm sure we can't do that for now. But insyaAllah kalau ada peluang lagi, mungkin kita akan buka lagi mudah dan kita akan audit sorang-sorang. So that's what I did with UITM Puncak Alam. I think last 2018 ke begitu, but not last 2018 or 2019, I can't remember. So that's what we did with UITM Puncak Alam. So kita audit seorang-seorang. So this is what we call business formal. Ya, pemilihan fabric ni mesti sama, warna yang sama, ya, mesti straight, tak ada yang corak-corak, tak ada. Kalau lagi corak lagi dia kurang authority. Kemudian jatuh authority level yang kedua, ya, satu authority level di bawah ialah dinamakan semi formal. Daripada business formal jatuh semi formal. So what I'm wearing today is what we call semi formal, because I have seen that kalau I wear full suit, that means maybe probably kalau all black, kalau kita pergi jumpa orang pakai all black boleh, no problem. If you want to get contohnya kalau you nak pergi sebagai untuk dapatkan deal, contohnya nak pergi for business or could be for interview, yes, you wear full suit. You cannot wear what I'm wearing today because it's different. Dia jatuh authority dia. Tetapi kalau saya sebagai trainer, kalau saya pakai full suit semua black and then orang rasa a bit intimidate, dia rasa takut and they are afraid to open up. Maksudnya takut nak bertanya soalan. Sebab apa? Sebab dia nampak Puan Amy dah terlalu high authority, dia rasa macam Puan Amy tak berapa mesra. Okay, so it depends on colour that you choose. So that's the reason why salah satu modul yang kita nak cover sedikit hari ni, not too much, tetapi tentang warna. My program normally of course takes 1 day or 2 days lah, paling best 2 days lah, memang banyak aktiviti kita buat. So with half an hour, I will teach you basic which I believe that you can also apply in the outside world. So yeah, the second level is what we call semi-formal. So requirements dia mesti ada jacket. Yeah, whatever that you choose on the inside, say you are wearing a blouse or maybe wearing a pants or skirt, or for men kalau seluar kaki, baju shirt, inside is the dress shirt, tetapi you have a blazer or you have a coat or blazer or jacket dekat luar, that means you fall under semi formal. So this will be the second level down, ya, daripada jatuh sikit authority. Authority yang ketiga, jatuh lagi authority-nya daripada atas tadi, ialah ini yang dinamakan business casual. So business casual ni dia punya requirement mesti ada collar. Like myself, I don't have a collar. This is a Mandarin collar. Dia tak boleh pakai begini. This is not consider formal, ya. Kalau nak, this is not even business casual. So business casual kalau boleh dia mesti ada collar. Okay, kena ada collar walaupun dalam tudung. Sebab pemilihan blouse yang kita pakai yang tanpa collar, kita tahu daripada dia punya lengan tu, bahagian lengan tu kita tahu sama ada jenis blouse tu ada collar atau tidak. So mungkin anda tak berapa nak faham, tapi biasanya cuba lihatkan kawan-kawan yang pakai blouse, kita boleh agak, walaupun blouse dia pakai blouse dan bertudung, tetapi kita boleh agak blouse tu ada collar atau tidak. So yang bercollar dia jatuh dalam kategori business casual. Lelaki business casual bercollar tapi tak semestinya dengan tali leher, tak semestinya. Kalau ada baguslah, kalau tak ada tali leher pun tak apa, tetapi mesti ada collar. So this is what we call business casual. So the orang kata yang paling less authority, yang paling casual, yang mana orang kurang percaya. If you can remember Sharif, the managing director, because why? Kenapa kita tak percaya dengan dia? Sebab dia berpakaian casual. So anything that when you wear casual, dressing down, this is what we call dressing down, automatically orang melihat kita di kompartmen kotak yang paling bawah sekali. Bermaksud saya susahlah nak percaya dengan orang ni, dia nampak terlalu casual. Bila kita nampak terlalu casual, relax, you are not seen serious. Bila kita tak serious, orang tahu kita tak committed, kita tak boleh buat sesuatu kerja. Kalau kita naikkan authority level, automatically orang letak kita dalam kompartmen yang lagi tinggi, yang berjawatan, ada kuasa, ada pangkat, yang mempunyai pengalaman yang bagus, background yang bagus. Automatically promotion ada dalam fikiran mereka. Automatically mereka kata, okay, this is the right candidate yang I nak ambil. Ya, saya tak nak ambil yang terlalu cool, nampak lagi sangat freedom, saya tak suka dikongkong. Kalau orang macam ni, susah dia nak percaya bahawa orang ni boleh buat kerja. So try to strategize the way that you present yourself. Sama adakah pemakaian saya hari ini boleh membuatkan orang percaya dengan siapa saya. Okay, alright, so this will be the fourth level yang paling bawah sekali. Bila orang tengok kita, orang macam, boleh percaya ke tak orang ni? Ya, remember the three question. Can I trust this person? Should I respect him or her? Should I be friend with her or just macam hi and bye bye? Okay, so remember the way that you present yourself will always be judged, yeah, based on how you present yourself. Okay, so cuba lihat ni contoh lah kan. Cuba tengok rakan-rakan kita di sini on the visual itself. Kita tengok, cuba letakkan mereka dari segi level of authority. Ya, level authority. Cuba kalau if I want to see from the chat, cuba letakkan, cuba bantu saya list them down from yang mana daripada highest authority kepada lowest authority. At least I want you to understand from here pemahaman anda tentang level of authority itu sendiri. So can you help me to list them down daripada yang mana yang paling ada high authority kepada lowest authority? Can you list them down? Okay. So 2, 1, 3, 5, 4, 2, 1, 3, 5, 4. Okay, ada yang lain? 2, 1, 3, 5, 4. Ada yang 2, 1, 3, 4. 2, 3, 1. Oh, ada yang cakap, ada yang 2, 3, 1. Okay, so ada yang letak 2, 3, 1. 5, 4. Ada yang letak 2, 1, 3. 2, 1, 3. 2, 1, 3. 2, 1, 3. 2, 1, 3. Yang lain 2, 1, 3. Highest to lowest, yes. 2, 1, 3. 2, 1. Oh, ada yang letak 2, 1, 5. 2, 1, 5, 3, 4. Okay, 2, 1, 5. 3 and 4. Kita apa? Don't worry if it's wrong ke apa. Cuba kita nak tengok pemahaman anda di mana. Okay. 2, 1, 3, 5 and 4. 2, 1, 3. Okay, majority bagi ni lah. 2, 1, 2, 1. Ada 2, 1, 5, 3, 4. 2, 1, 5, 3 and 4. Okay, ada juga yang bagi 2, 1, 5, 3, 4. 2, 1, 3, 5, 4. Okay, now the answer is 2, 1, 3, 5, 4. Yay, siapa yang 2, 1, 3, 5, 4? Okay. Okay, jawapan dia ialah 2, 1, 3, 5 dan 4. Yes. 2, 1, 3, 5, 4. Yay. Okay, great. Okay. Now, 2, because why? That's the most formal way of dressing, ya, business formal. Then kita pergi kepada semi formal. 1. Okay, after semi formal, okay, mesti ada collar, remember? So that would be number 3. Okay, number 3. Then we can decide is either 5 or 4. Is it 4 or 5? Betul tak? So yes, 5 because apa? Because this is what we call smart casual. So even though you wear what you call that, you wear khakis or you wear jeans, but if you carry yourself, you bawa bersama dengan you jacket atau blazer, automatically masih lagi ada authority. Tidaklah terlalu casual sangat. Okay, alright. So the answer is 2, 1, 3, 5, 4. So 4 is the lowest. Macam kita lihat Syarif tu tadi, maksudnya dari segi penampilan dia, appearance itself, kita dah nampak dia dalam kompartmen yang paling bawah. Maksudnya dalam kotak fikiran kita tu, kita letak dia dalam kategori yang paling bawah, yang tak ada authority. So can you imagine if people judge us that way and we judge people the same way? Yeah, so can you try to strategize from now on, from today onwards? I know that you cannot be wearing full suit lah, macam pelik lah pula kan. At the moment, takkan nak pakai full suit every day. But at least try to find a way, strategize yourself. How do you present every day tu macam, okay, saya tak nak nampak casual apa ni, saya nak nampak sedikit maybe smart casual or business casual. So just you need to do that, you need to practice that, because practice makes perfect. And remember, consistency will help you to be the next person who you want to be, to achieve your dream. Trust me, I've been there. I strategize myself and alhamdulillah you can see orang kata result yang sangat-sangat best lah. Okay, right. So same goes with the ladies. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you try to arrange them accordingly if you can help me. So yang mana yang paling ada high authority dan mana yang paling lowest? Okay. So anyone wants to try? for ladies. Okay, yang mana yang paling ada high authority kepada yang paling di bawah lowest authority. So we have, ada yang jawab 3, 5, 2 and 4. Okay, ada yang lain? 3, 5, 2 and 4, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 4. Okay, ada yang jawab 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. 3, 5, 2, 4, 1. 3, 5, 2, 4, 1. Okay. Alright. So the answer is 3, 5, 2, 1, 4. Okay. 3, 5, 2, 1, 4. Jawapan dia adalah 3, 5, 2, 1 dan 4. Yes, the answer is 3, 5, 2. Oh loh, hai. Okay, ada yang macam. Okay, fine. Yes. Tak alert. So no worries. Yeah, because why? Kenapa yang nombor 4 tu yang paling lowest authority? Can somebody answer for me? For those yang answer 4 tu paling lowest authority? Okay, number 4, wearing sandals. Do you think that her what do you call her dress with collar atau tidak for number 4 ni? 4, no collar. Yeah, possible no collar or with collar? Okay, no collar. Exactly. So what is the difference between number 4 and number 1? Kenapa kita letakkan 1 dulu dan pergi number 4? Apa yang membezakan mereka? Number 1, heels. Exactly. So if you want to be seen as someone who is professional, remember about your values tadi tu, professional, you look credible. Of course, the way you present yourself, yeah, appearance. Walaupun wanita yang nombor 1 ni tak ada collar, but because of her what do you call it, the pants, yeah, it's a dress pants, and dia punya kasut, yeah, heel and bertutup di hadapan, yeah. Dia punya bertutup as compared to number 4. Number 4 is more like very relaxed, ya. Very relaxed, macam ibarat nak pergi pantai, macam itulah kan. Very relaxed lah, sangat-sangat relaxed dengan bersandal, ya, slipper or sandal. So dengan yang terbuka, slipper or sandal yang terbuka, so anything yang begitu automatically authority dia jatuh yang paling bawah. So remember, the way you present yourself, people will always judge you, yeah, based on what they see. Does the spectacle make any difference? Well, kalau tengok spectacle bagaimana, adakah spectacle yang macam big classic, yang tak terlalu berwarna, yang menarikkan perhatian? So lagi warna, lagi ada design yang pelik-pelik, yang ada warna atau bunga-bunga. So of course dia punya authority tu jatuh sikit lah. But that's not really, I would say, tidaklah memberikan impact yang terlalu besar. Yang penting orang nak lihat dari segi pemakaian. Kalau boleh kita sesuaikanlah. Kalau kita berpakaian formal, yang ni pun kita cari something yang classy sikit. Tidaklah terlalu obvious dramatik dia. Okay, alright. Okay, I hope this would answer to some of your concern. Bagaimana saya nak keluar nanti, pemakaian bagaimana, dressing yang bagaimana. Saya begini Puan Amy, tapi in the future saya nak pergi kerja, saya nak pergi interview. So how do I dress myself? Do I dress myself as a business formal, semi formal, or is it business casual, dressing down, or could be smart casual? So remember, the way that you present yourself, people will always judge you whether it's positive or negative. Okay? Okay. So what about baju kurung? Okay, so I'm sure many of you love baju kurung. Maksudnya Puan Amy, saya tak biasalah pemakaian business casual or business formal ni. Mungkin saya tak ada koleksi lagi. So if you have only baju kurung in your wardrobe, baju kurung ni pun ada juga yang formal dan baju kurung yang tidak formal, yang casual. So how do you differentiate that? Remember about the business formal ni biasanya dia mesti structured, ya, dia punya kain, fabric dia berstruktur, dalam bahasa Melayu berstruktur. So why is the first lady dijatuh dalam kategori yang pertama adalah kerana warna baju dia yang gelap dan kain yang berstruktur. Baju kurung yang berstruktur lah, structured fabric. So structured fabric compared to fabric yang lembut, yang contohnya jenis kain chiffon, jenis kain lycra, jenis kain begitu dikurang authority. Okay, kenapa nombor 1 adalah warna? That's number one. Yang kedua adalah kerana dia jenis kain yang berstruktur dan tak ada bunga-bunga sangat. Ya, cuma saya tak berapa gemar ialah cara pilihan tudung dia because terlalu simple. So remember dari segi penggayaan in terms of professional dressing, if you wear simple baju kurung, so you need to find something like orang kata macam tudung mesti berbunga-bunga ataupun tudung mesti ada corak. Tak kisah bunga-bunga or it could be bunga or it could be abstract, tetapi mesti gayakan dengan sesuatu yang opposite. Kalau baju kurung simple, atas mesti berbunga, atau kalau tudung simple, bawah mesti berbunga, salah satunya. Okay, salah satunya. Jangan terlalu plain sangat, too bland, boring. Okay, yang kedua, kenapa wanita yang kedua ni jatuh kategori yang kedua is because of the colour. Remember, once the colour, kalau lagi lembut, lagi pastel, dia authority dia lagi jatuh, ya, tidak tinggi sangat. And then because dia ada sedikit, as you can see some manik-manik there, so of course authority dia sedikit jatuh. Yang ketiga, kenapa dia jatuh dalam kategori yang ketiga is because of the flower, dia punya design tu ada corak-corak, ada bunga. So yes, base dia sudah gelap, tetapi because ada bunga-bunga, automatically dia jatuh dalam kategori yang ketiga. Yang keempat, why she falls under the fourth category is because of the colours. Okay, now in terms of professional dressing, we're not talking about fashion, but professional dressing, the best is always choose 3 colours. 3 warna sahaja dalam satu gaya. Ya, warna-warna yang basic mesti ada, contoh warna-warna neutral mesti ada. Warna-warna neutral, kalau dalam buku, in my book Kuasa Warna, I have listed what are the neutral colours. Yeah, so neutral colours contoh dia warna beige, putih, white colour beige, navy, black. So these are the neutrals. But instead of wearing neutral, you need to mix and match with fashion colours. Fashion colours ni warna-warna yang anda lihat macam saya pakai hari ni. It could be something like red, it could be like fuchsia, it could be pink. So neutral must be mixed with fashion colours. So dalam baju kurung wanita ini dia ada neutral colours. As you can see, dia ada warna putih kat dalam tu. Alright, but at the same time dia mix with fashion colours. Tapi terlalu banyak sangat. Kalau you kira-kira, sebenarnya dalam baju dia tu ada 5 warna. Okay, ada 5 warna. So the best is dalam pemakaian professional styling, dia mesti 3 yang terbaik. If you want the 4th colour, boleh dibenarkan, tetapi warna itu mestilah warna yang paling kecil yang ada dalam baju. Contohnya you already have black, you have blue, and you have black, blue, and you have maybe red. And suddenly maybe I nak tambah satu lagi warna, maybe naik small pink atau nak warna-warna pink sikit, boleh, tapi make sure the pink colour is the smallest that you can find on any baju kurung. Okay, so jangan pink, blue, purple, black and white, so many colours. So people tak boleh, they see you as being fashionable, bukan somebody yang professional. So yeah, number 5, okay, number 5 dia tak banyak warna, but because it's bold colours. So bold colour begini, di mana warna yang memberikan tarikan yang lagi tinggi, dia lebih sesuai untuk hari-hari yang ada majlis, yang maksudnya bila kita pakai tu mesti ada sesuatu event. Ya, contohnya hari ni okay, ada event di universiti, mana mungkin ada satu majlis yang mana kita perlu berpakaian naik sikit daripada hari biasa, ya, kita nak naikkan wow dia tu. So of course ini boleh diterima kalau hari-hari, bukan hari-hari biasa, tetapi jika nak attend event. Yang keenam, of course kita tengok pun dari segi warna, that's one thing. Kemudian kita tengok dari segi aksesori, pilihan aksesori, rekaan baju, the design itself, it says that okay, you're going for a special occasion. So bukan pergi untuk for example, bukan pergi untuk kerja. Okay, kalau kita pergi kerja, kita tak digalakkan berpakaian begini, kecuali industri itu sendiri membenarkan kita berpakaian begini. Again, whatever that you want to wear, mesti ikut dia punya guidance dia lah, mesti ada dia punya rules dia lah. Okay, ni dalam industri apa? Okay, kalau industri begini benarkan, then it's okay. Tapi industri yang kita masuk tu adalah industri yang tradisional, contoh yang perlukan kita berpakaian secara formal. Dan kalau nombor 6 ni kita pakai boleh, tetapi pada dalam event yang tertentu. Bermaksudnya mungkin hari Jumaat ni kita ada event, contoh company buat announcement, this Friday kita ada event, dan boleh kita nak berpakaian begini. Tapi kalau dia kata event yang memerlukan kita berpakaian rasmi, Ini adakah ini rasmi? Dia nampak macam rasmi tetapi sebenarnya dia lebih kepada casual, ya. Dia lebih sesuai kepada majlis-majlis yang social, bukan formal. So you kena faham ada majlis social dan ada majlis formal. Ada soalan sini, so kurung pahang is the best? It depends on kurung. Dia sebenarnya bukan rekaan tu, dia lebih kepada warna, kepada design yang ada dalam baju tu. Lagi banyak design, warna yang lagi terang ataupun warna yang lembut, yang soft, dia kurang authority. So lagi dia naik, macam mana nak naikkan authority? Kain fabric mesti structured, warna mesti gelap, ya. Kurangkan dari segi beads, diamond walaupun pada tudung. So lebih, kalau kita masukkan lebih banyak design ataupun beads atau diamond, maksudnya kita punya formality tu kurang, dia menjadi tidak rasmi. Instead of rasmi, dia jadi kurang rasmi. Ini dalam pemakaian yang profesional. I'm not talking about fashion. Kalau fashion, kalau anda dalam industri fashion, semua tu tak apa, boleh pakai. Tetapi dalam bila kita nak berpakaian secara profesional, dia mesti ada guidance dia. Yang ni tak boleh, ini tak boleh. Because apa? Sebab kita remember about our values nombor satu tu, nilai-nilai yang kita nak bawa. Kita nak keluarkan diri kita nak tampilkan diri kita sebagai seorang yang profesional. So bagaimana seorang profesional berpakaian atau bagaimana mereka tampilkan diri. Alright? Okay, so jubah is not considered, of course. Jubah is not considered formal. Sebab apa? Sebab apa? To question Alani Solina tanya is, so jubah is not considered formal. Yes. Sebab apa kat ni? Anyone wants to try? Kenapa jubah tu tak considered formal? So ini kena faham, ya, sebab bila kita dah masuk dalam kerja, kita dah masuk dalam alam kerjaya, kita nak kena faham pemakaian kita tu lebih kepada formal ataupun casual. Orang nak respect ke tidak? Orang nak percaya ke tidak? So the way you present yourself, orang akan nampak kita serius atau kita main-main. Jubah tak ada structure. Yes, because kain dia tak structured. So jubah, if you can imagine, ada ke jubah yang kain structured? Bila kita tengok dia macam kain ni jenis structured, tak. Kebanyakan yang jubah adalah jenis kain lycra, it could be kain satin. So any kain yang berlembut, yang menunjukkan seseorang yang agak feminin, so automatically authority dia jatuh. Nampak lagi feminin sebab apa? Sebab warna dia nampak lagi feminin, sangat lembut, sangat kewanitaan lah kan. So lagi ke arah itu, lagi membuatkan authority level dia jatuh. Jubah one piece, yes, tak ada structure because it is not our culture. Betul lah tu, sebenarnya bukan culture kita pun jubah tu, tapi because dah dibawa ke Malaysia, jadi orang ingat is our culture. Sebenarnya tidak. Alright. Okay, apakah kesalahan-kesalahannya? Antara common mistake most executive make with the business attire today is they choose comfort over credibility. Okay, percaya atau tidak? Setuju atau tidak dengan statement ni? Most common mistake executive make with the business attire today is because they choose comfort over credibility. Mereka memilih keselesaan. Beli kasut sebab apa? Selesa. Beli baju ni sebab apa? Selesa. Tapi tak pernah fikir bahawa pemakaian tu adalah menunjukkan saya seorang profesional atau tidak. Saya nampak kredibel ke tidak? Saya hargai excellence atau tidak? Kalau nilai-nilai kita hargai sebagai seorang yang excellent, apa saja saya buat, saya mesti excellent Puan Amy, ataupun saya mesti nampak credible sebab saya nak orang percaya pada saya, sebab saya nak orang trust, orang respect pada saya. Dan jangan pilih keselesaan, pilih credibility dulu, barulah selesa. Maksudnya pilih credible dulu, tak kisah dari segi kasut. Remember, kasut yang credible nampak bagaimana? Kasut yang bertutup, comfort ke tak? Tengoklah, kita tengok kalau kita mampu beli yang comfortable, mungkin dari mahal sikit, then we choose for that because dia boleh tahan lama. Because remember, contoh, I bagi contoh ya, because tips yang I bagi ni pernah I sampaikan dalam TV Al-Hijrah. Antara contoh-contoh orang yang membeli, kesalahan membeli ialah mereka membeli sebab apa? They go for quantity, not for quality. Quantity banyak tak apa Puan Amy because saya boleh ni. Okay, for example, you want to choose a shoe. Kasut yang harga dia dalam 200 plus. Satu lagi kasut yang harga dia dalam RM79. Yang kasut RM79 ni dia tak tahan lama. For example, because I used to buy that kind of shoes. So RM79 kalau you selalu pakai every single day, every single month you pakai, contohnya dalam satu bulan pakai 20 kali. Maksudnya 20 hari lah pakai tu. Kalau berbanding dengan kasut yang mahal, pakai dalam duration yang sama juga 20 kali. Tetapi kasut yang mahal biasanya dia tahan lama. It could be 2 years, 3 years. For example, I used to have lots of shoes yang harga mahal tetapi dia tahan lama. Berbanding yang kasut yang murah tapi tahan dia mungkin 7 bulan, 8 bulan. So you need to buy another shoes. You need to buy another shoes. So you have to repeat. But at the same time kasut yang murah ni dia sakit. Dia tak comfortable. Dia tak ni. So again you have to consider these two things. Sebab dia mahal tapi dia at the same time dia credible and comfortable. What about yang murah? Ya, dia nampak credible tapi dia tak comfortable. So there are things yang macam you kena decide. Yang ni bertahan lama. Sometimes dia boleh pergi 2 tahun, 3 tahun. So kalau you kira-kira sebenarnya setiap kali pemakaian you tu sebenarnya murah. Contoh, kalau yang ni tahan 7 bulan, yang ni tahan 3 tahun, ya. And actually kalau you bahagikan secara puratanya setiap pemakaian tu sebenarnya berapa sen saja. So when you want to buy new wardrobe for example, next time in the future, kalau for example if you have some money and you want to go for shopping and think of ini nampak comfort, nampak selesa atau saya pilih credibility. So think about that ya. Okay, number 2 ialah antara kesalahan biasa ialah some people they don't understand what business attire is. So I cannot blame them because mungkin dia tak ada kesedaran tentang jenis-jenis kod pemakaian yang saya ceritakan tadi lah, yang saya kongsikan tadi. Because I can't blame people when they say, oh I tak tahu sebenarnya formal ni macam ni. Because I've been to many organizations and even HR mereka pun tak berapa faham tentang apakah itu pemakaian formal, apakah itu pemakaian business casual. For them business casual is considered formal. So I cannot blame them because tak ada knowledge. So in order for you to move forward, macam I mentioned earlier, you need knowledge. So you need this kind of session, webinar and for you to move forward so that from here you know, oh okay, moving forward I nak pergi interview, I tak bolehlah pemakaian what do you call that, casual. I tak boleh pakai jubah because I know jubah is not considered formal, yeah, because of the fabric itself and then colour pun begitu. Itu adalah yang kedua. Yang ketiga, tak pasti, unsure of what's appropriate for the industry. So remember, you think of the industry that you're joining later on, maybe the next 2-3 years. Adakah industri tu jenis industri yang mementingkan pemakaian formal, traditional, konservatif atau jenis yang sangat for example if you go into MNC, multinational company, because I used to work with multinational company and they are okay for us to wear business casual or sometimes dressing down. So again you have to ask or maybe you do some research of which industry you're joining in. But again, walaupun dalam industri itu recommend kita untuk berpakaian secara business casual, remember about your values. Walaupun mereka berpakaian business casual, tetapi value saya nak lihat sebagai seorang yang profesional. Jadi saya naikkan authority level sebagai semi formal. Instead of everyone is wearing business casual or smart casual, I want to wear semi formal. So that's where orang akan mula respect pada kita kerana kita ada prinsip. We have our own set of standard. If you can remember all my slides, then sebenarnya dia ada step by step. Kalau you remember, ya, dia ada daripada yang ni, okay, kita akan move ke sini, move sini, dan so you akan faham kenapa. Walaupun dalam industri begitu, tapi sebab nilai yang saya pegang, saya hargai diri saya sebagai seorang profesional yang nampak credible. Saya hargai excellence. Being excellent, maksudnya saya sentiasa cemerlang dan pemakaian saya mesti menunjukkan nilai-nilai yang saya bawa tu. Kemudian tak pasti, unsure what's appropriate for the position. Okay, position kita bagaimana? Adakah position kita tu perlu dapatkan trust? Ya, kalau kita dalam satu position, jawatan memerlukan kita mendapatkan respect, trust orang ramai ataupun kaki tangan kita, ataupun mungkin if we do business, we need to get trust, we need to gain trust from our potential client, potential investor. Then the way you present yourself akan buatkan mereka macam ini, dia boleh percaya ke? Tidak. Dari segi appearance, your behavior and your communication. And then ill-fitting clothes. Ini biasalah kita tengok orang yang size L tapi pilih XL. Sebab apa? Sebab dia nak cover perut, nak cover dada, sebab dia rasa segan, nak tunjuk, orang kata segan, nak sebenarnya what I'm trying to say is bila berpakaian, pastikan kalau kita L, kita pilihlah L. Jangan kita pilih XL sebab bila kita pakai ill-fitting clothes, pemakaian yang terlalu longgar, maksudnya bila kita tengok tu macam ala makcik-makcik. Ya, if you can remember, if you can imagine yang makcik-makcik ni biasanya makai ni memang kalau boleh apa tu, baju tu besar-besar, jalan pun serik-serik kaki semua kan. So ill fitting clothes tu tidak menunjukkan kita sebagai seorang yang serius, ya, sebagai seorang yang profesional. So kalau boleh kita pakai sesuatu yang sesuai dengan siapa kita hari ini, sesuai dengan kita punya size, ya, tak adalah terlalu nampak macam jauh lah, maksudnya kalau kita muda lagi tapi nampak tua kerana cara pemakaian kita. Okay, unable to choose the right color that works for the brand identity and message. So lepas ni kita akan sentuh sedikit tentang warna, ya, warna. Pemilihan warna juga memainkan peranan. So the way you present yourself, remember kalau dari segi konteks professional dressing, professional styling, warna yang lebih gelap, the most dark and deep colours give you the highest authority berbanding dengan warna-warna yang cerah ataupun pastel colours. Alright, choose in appropriate accessories. So accessories pun memainkan peranan juga. For example macam tadi, spectacles, could be your necklace, could be your earrings, could be the bangles, could be your ring. So bila pemakaian formal, ya, formal ataupun business casual lah paling tidak pun, so jenis aksesori yang dipilih juga mesti sesuai dengan pilihan pakaian kita. Jangan pakai formal tapi aksesori tidak formal, tidak rasmi. Jadi orang tak boleh nak relate. Kita ni sebenarnya yang satu. Okay, so poor grooming and outdated look. So not to say that you need to follow the latest trend, tapi janganlah terlalu orang kata outdated sampai yang 10 tahun punya baju pun masih pakai lagi. Okay, alright. Baju kurung tak apa, tapi janganlah sesuatu yang macam ni dah lama punya trend ni tapi pakai lagi. Kalau baju kurung, this is somehow what they call classic fashion classic. Sesuatu fashion classic ni dia pakai the next 10 years pun tak kisah. Ya, tetapi kalau kita pakai satu jenama tudung yang dikeluarkan tahun lepas, ya, tapi bila kita pakai the next 10 years, rekaan tu dah tak boleh masuk for that particular year ataupun zaman tu. Jadi orang kata macam ini outdated. So kalau jenis-jenis fashion trend yang ada trendy sikit dari segi rekaan, warna, itu kita perlu hati-hati. Jangan terlalu nampak terlalu outdated. Dan juga dari segi grooming, ya, grooming dari segi rambut, ya, make sure you maintain, ya, dari segi grooming dan juga inilah aksesori rambut dan sebagainya. Kemudian inconsistent. So remember, orang yang berjaya hari ini, for those yang successful today, because why? Because they are always consistent. And common mistake normally, and not only executive but most of us today is because of they choose FOMO over timeless style. FOMO ni bermaksud fear of missing out. So dia takut whatever yang trend hari ni yang masuk, what do you call that? Bila ada satu trend yang masuk, they have to choose it. Because why? Because dia takut kalau dia tak pakai gaya tersebut atau pilih the latest trend tu, orang macam you ni ketinggalan dah, orang dah pakai, you tak pakai lagi. So never ever choose FOMO. Because it could be not your personality, you know, you do that because of orang suruh. Contohnya I used to be that, you know, I used to like follow apa yang latest trend. I beli baju because of the brand. I beli baju because of my friend yang kata, oh Amy you kena beli baju ni because ini yang terbaru dan you kena ada. So jangan terlalu obses dengan apa yang orang ataupun apa yang dalam trend hari ini, the latest trend ataupun apa yang kita lihat dalam social media hari ini. Oh ini yang the latest, kalau kita tak beli rugi ataupun orang akan kata kita ketinggalan zaman. So don't ever do that, because kalau kita ada banyak duit tak kisah, no problem. If you have lots of money, you don't care much about your budget, your parents very rich, they don't care about spending, so it's okay. Tetapi kalau kita yang nak bergaya secara profesional but at the same time we're very careful of our budget. Kalau boleh kita nak professional but at the same time we want to save money, so try to avoid being FOMO, fear of missing out. The fear of missing out ni bukan saja pada trend, juga pada makanan. Orang makan K-fry, oh we have to go K-fry. Kita makan the latest Korean punya dengan chicken, fried chicken. Oh, orang travel Korea, we have to follow them. Kena pergi Korea juga sebab takut nanti orang kata ketinggalan. So this are what we call FOMO. Because FOMO ni lama-lama dia akan menjadi satu penyakit yang dinamakan onyomania. So this is through my research. Through my research, kalau kita terlalu obses dengan trend semasa, it could be fashion, it could be travelling, it could be pemakan your food, whatever. Macam contoh orang minum banana macam Nirfa punya tu kan, banana punya milk, banana whatever, banana shake whatever, tapi semua orang nak minum juga. Sebab apa? Kita rasa ketinggalan. Kita kena selfie dengan air tu. Sebab apa? Nak tunjukkan kita pun follow trend. So don't ever do that, because lama-lama dia akan menjadi satu penyakit dinamakan onyomania. Onyomania merupakan satu penyakit di mana kita obses dengan keadaan sekeliling. Lama-lama kita akan jadi depressed. Sebab apa? Sebab kita terlalu mengikut kehendak orang lain untuk diri kita sendiri, sedangkan kita tak nak pun, tapi because kita rasa malu kalau kita tak buat benda tersebut. So don't ever do that, because in the future dia akan buatkan kita lagi depressed, and especially when we spend a lot of money but at the end of the day it's not helping us. So this is one of the strategy that I want you to understand, and kalau boleh avoid it, right? Never choose FOMO, fear of missing out. Alright, sometimes I got influenced by IG famous. Yes, because for your information, influencers, celebrity, kenapa dia kena follow latest trend? Sebab dia takut dia ketinggalan yang sama. Tapi you tengok orang yang kaya, orang yang berjaya pun, contohnya the Korean pop, Korean singers, they're very famous, banyak duit, tapi at the end of the day, they suicide. Sebab apa? Sebab frust dengan diri dia. Sebab dia tahu dia tak boleh nak handle semua tu. So don't be like that. Sebab terlalu nak make sure ikut dengan apa yang orang nak pada diri dia. Maksudnya, oh I have to do this, because kalau tak orang kata I ketinggalan. So lama-lama you akan makan diri sendiri. So don't ever do that, because ini adalah satu penyakit yang orang sebenarnya tak perasan, tapi lama-lama dia akan buatkan masyarakat kita menjadi jadi lebih negatif, dan lama-lama jadi kemurungan. And you know that dalam musim MCO ni ramai yang bunuh diri, ramai yang suicide. Yes, if you can see the percentage of that, then you akan rasa takut sebenarnya. Sebab apa? Of course, satu ni challenge lah, due to COVID ni memang challenge, ramai yang tak ada kerja semua. But at the same time, ada juga kerana terlalu terikut dengan kehendak dan apa yang orang nak pada diri dia. Jadi dia tak boleh fulfill semua tu. So don't ever do that. Ya. Okay. Kemudian kita masuk bab color. Ya, bab color. So why color is important? Right? Why color is important? I hope you're still with me. The disease that Puan Emma mentioned just now, yes, onyomania. So I hope you're still with me. So you have to remember, color is also part of your image. Ya, dalam penampilan kita, of course every day kita akan bangun pagi, kita tak pilih black and white, grey, black and white. I'm sure dalam wardrobe you mesti ada sesuatu, additional of other colours, the fashion colours, instead of black and white, grey, beige, black and white and grey, beige, betul tak? So dalam segi image itself, kita kena naikkan, wowkan kita punya penampilan, ya, add on to your appearance, mesti ada warna-warna yang sesuai dengan kita. So sama juga dari segi pembelian produk. As you can see on this slide, when buying products, consumers make a subconscious judgment. Mereka membuat penilaian, ya, secara tidak langsung. Apa yang mereka lihat? They look at the appearance, they look at the visual appearance. Ya, 93%. Can you imagine bila nak beli sesuatu produk, especially bila kita pergi ke grocery shopping, and kita nak beli produk-produk tu, kita tengok yang mana menarik. Kita tahu kandungan ni dah bagus, kandungan ni sedap, tetapi kita nak tengok dia punya, dari segi reka bentuk, dari segi warna yang ditunjukkan. Jadi kita tengok, lagi menarik, lagi kita rasa macam, I nak belilah yang ni, because I rasa macam ini mesti best ni, betul tak? Kita selalu tertipu, kadang-kadang kita juga tertipu dengan mungkin dari segi presentation dia. Sama juga dengan diri kita, walaupun kita nampak cantik di luar, kita kena jaga juga di dalam. So apa yang saya maksudkan jaga di dalam itu adalah jagalah nilai-nilai diri kita. Contohnya walaupun kita cantik macam mana pun, tapi kalau kita tak jaga nilai diri kita sebagai seorang yang patut, macam mana, seorang yang dari segi behaviornya, janganlah bila cakap dengan orang tu, janganlah kita bercakap pilihan perkataan yang buatkan orang marah dengan kita, ataupun kita sebut perkataan-perkataan yang tak patut disebut. So walaupun muka kita dah cantik, dari segi appearance ni dah perfect, orang kata bidadari lah kan, tetapi dalaman kita, apa yang kita luahkan, apa yang kita katakan itu buatkan orang tak happy dengan kita. So sama juga dari segi pemilihan produk, walaupun produknya luar cantik, tapi bila kita rasa dia, bila kita dah mix, alamak, tak segah apa yang dilihat pada luar. So sama juga dengan diri kita sebagai seorang individu. Kita dah bagus di dalam, di luar pun kita nak improvekan. Ataupun janganlah luar saja cantik, dalamannya tak cantik. So apa yang saya maksudkan dalaman di sini ialah nilai-nilai yang kita bawa. So of course dari segi produk, orang melihat dari segi visual appearance tu, mereka akan tetap menilai, wow, ada warna yang cantik. Of course dari segi kita membeli sesuatu pun kita tengok yang mana yang cantik, betul tak? Kita pergi tempat, kita nak tempat yang cantik, kita beli produk, kita nak produk yang cantik, yang perfect. So apa saja berkaitan ni, kita sentiasa melihat sesuatu yang ada nilai-nilai estetika yang lebih cantik. Kemudian dari segi produk, mereka lihat kepada tekstur dan selebihnya kepada, kalau lihat di sini ada berdasarkan sound ataupun smell. So ada satu research yang dijalankan oleh Webpage FX, ya, mereka mendapati bahawa kita mula membuat penilaian, ya, tentang sesuatu produk ataupun persekitaran dalam sesingkat 90 saat, 90 seconds, ya, 90 seconds. So dalam 90 saat tu 62% ataupun 62% hingga 90% adalah berdasarkan warna sahaja. So if you think that produk, cara kita nak bina produk, nak pilih sesuatu produk berdasarkan warna, begitulah juga rakan-rakan kita yang lain. Mereka melihat kita, bukan saja dia judge kita berdasarkan apa yang dia tahu tentang latar belakang kita yang bagus, pengalaman yang bagus, akademik yang bagus, tetapi secara luarannya mereka nak, okay, I suka dengan dia ni sebab dia memang luaran dan dalaman dia memang perfect dan sangat bagus. So itu yang kita nak cari, wow, the wow factor, ya, wow factor. So selain daripada itu, apa yang saya kongsikan secara ringkas hari ini ialah formula, the formula which I've shared during Niloufar Hijab Town Hall meeting, Town Hall session in 2019. Some basic lah, not everything, because of course kalau everything we need more time to have this webinar lah. So for this module, what we are learning is on color analysis. So for those yang dah dengar tentang my introduction this morning, I'm the author to Kuasa Warna. So Kuasa Warna is the first ever it's a technical book, technical color analysis book in Malaysia, which not only I teach you step by step how to find your best color, but also in the book dia memang disertakan sekali dengan what I have here is the color wheel. Color wheel, if you can see me on the camera itself, is the color wheel, di mana color wheel ni boleh bantu anda untuk cari warna yang sesuai, how to mix and match. Sampai orang tanya, warna merah boleh ke mix dengan warna hijau? Ya, warna merah contohnya macam dalam gambar ni, tudung saya hijau dan baju warna merah. So boleh ke? So menggunakan alat ni akan bantu anda to identify whether this red can it be mixed with green color. So this is part of it. So color analysis bukan saja bantu anda cari warna yang sesuai untuk anda, tetapi bantu anda untuk dapatkan bagaimana nak mix and match dengan warna dalam wardrobe, ya. Not only that, for those yang suka baking, like my daughter used to bake, and she also use this as a guide to how to mix and match antara warna warna bunga dan warna daun dan seluruhnya lah. Bila you want to decorate with the icing, of course you need to know how to mix and match the colours. And also for those yang suka kepada interior design, so interior design, how to mix and match antara warna carpet dengan warna sofa dengan warna what they call it, curtains. So this is another way for you to mix and match the colour. Alright, so bukan hanya pada fashion, tapi banyaklah anything yang berkaitan dengan warna dalam kehidupan. So where can you apply? Macam I mentioned tadi lah, where can you apply? So not only for your, if you're wearing hijab, wearing tudung, then of course you need to know what's the best color for your tudung and your baju, but you can always use that to mix and match your accessories and so on. So benefit from learning this, I tell you, if you learn this color analysis, not only mix and match tetapi tentang analisis warna, ya, yang saya buat buku kuasa warna tu, I tell you, it will help you to understand the psychology behind every color, and when you wear the right color, it really helps you to look, of course, younger. I mean, you are all young, right? For those lecturers yang rasa macam nak nampak muda, this is another way for you to strategize yourself. Nak apply macam mana bila saya pakai ni orang nampak lebih muda, suami akan nampak saya nampak muda daripada dulu-dulu, contoh. Okay, so pemilihan warna yang salah akan buatkan kita nampak sedikit tua, ya. Sedikit tua, nampak lagi, kita nampak lagi haggard, kita nampak tua, kita nampak sakit. Itu adalah pemilihan warna yang salah. Antara warna-warna yang buat nampak kita sakit apa? Warna grey. Warna grey bila kita pakai tudung atau baju, automatically kita akan nampak pucat dan nampak sakit. Tak semua orang akan nampak, tak semua orang akan mudah mix and match dengan grey ni, sebab grey ni automatically akan buatkan kita nampak sedikit tua dan sakit, pucat, ya, warna-warna yang pucat. Itu adalah contoh. So di mana kita boleh apply color analysis ni, ini contoh lah. Okay, so if you wear makeup, of course we apply that for your makeup, you wear contact lens, and then of course pemilihan warna-warna di dalam pemakaian hari ini. And for those yang tak pakai tudung, for non-Muslim, and if you love to like color your hair, there are different color tones. There are cool tones, there are warm tones. So color analysis yang saya maksudkan ini adalah mencari warna yang sesuai mengikut according to your undertone. So of course you have heard of skin tone, tetapi untuk mencari warna yang sesuai, you need to analyze your undertone. So it's different way of analysis, ya. Not bukan kita nak tengok hanya pada skin tone, tetapi juga undertone. Okay, so for women, we use this color analysis and apply it for our accessories lah, for makeup, on our pilihan jam, for example, and pilihan makeup, pilihan handbag, ini contoh-contoh. Alright, dan untuk for the men, for the gentleman, we use this to find your dress shirt, and then for your accessories, if you wear a tie, what kind of tie that suits you. Okay, so ini contoh-contoh lah. Alright, okay, so question, are you wearing the right color? Okay, so soalan-soalan ni biasalah saya tanya dalam mana-mana training program. Are you wearing the right color? So if you look at this lady, yang mana yang sesuai dengan wanita ni? Adakah warna this yellow mustard or the fuchsia pink kat sini? Dia nampak sedikit merah tapi sebenarnya warna yang fuchsia pink. Which one that you think that suits her? Is it the yellow mustard or the one on the right? Okay, ada yang jawab fuchsia pink. Right, the right one. Okay, right. Fuchsia pink. Yes. Okay, so the answer is, okay, so the answer to this question is on the right, the fuchsia pink color. Okay, so whoever feels that yang yellow mustard yang sesuai, okay, sebenarnya bila dia berpakaian pilihan warna yellow mustard ni, dia akan nampak sedikit tua. If you can see my cursor here, dia dari segi muka, dari kawasan muka dia tu dia nampak sedikit tua berbanding dengan warna yang di sebelah kanan. Automatically dia akan buatkan dia nampak lebih ceria, nampak lebih muda, ya, berbanding dengan the ones on the left hand side. If you can imagine and if you can what do you call it, differentiate that, that's good. Yeah, but for those yang rasa macam apa ni, I tak boleh differentiate lah lagi, it's okay because it will take some time for your eyes, train your eyes to look at the colours and understand, oh sebenarnya bila pilih warna ni sebenarnya kita akan nampak lebih tua, nampak lebih berumur, berusia daripada biasa. And remember, this is very important because especially when you're out there, you're meeting people and you need people to trust and respect you and believe in you. Kalau you nampak tua, nampak sakit, nobody wants to be near you. Yeah, especially of course when you go for interview, jangan pilih warna-warna yang buatkan kita nampak tak bermaya. Mesti cari sesuatu warna yang agak kita nampak lebih satu wow, yang kedua ialah kita nampak lebih bersemangat. Kita sampai tu kita nak bersemangat, kita nak ada rasa semangat dan seronok nak pergi situ. Okay, so if you can imagine, that's the reason why for those yang dah pun follow me on my Instagram or Facebook, you can see me that I have used red consistently on my platform. For those yang betul-betul follow I in main form from Facebook, Instagram, you can see that I use red a lot. Okay, why? Betul. Okay, ya puan. Ya, kenapa agaknya? Kenapa saya pakai merah? Number one, as I mentioned earlier in the previous module, I mentioned that I am an introvert. I used to be an introvert di mana saya rasa tak berani sangat, saya rasa macam kurang confident. So dengan penggunaan warna, so it really helped me. This is through my personal experience and through whatever that I have gone. Dari segi pilihan warna tu benar betul-betul membuatkan saya rasa macam okay, now I understand why colour is important in our life. Because dulu saya, macam saya mentioned, I used to be an introvert, but when I use red with me and around me, remember around me, I'm talking about around me, so it really helped me to feel more energized, more confident. And of course blue, it really helps you to write, mudah untuk kita berkomunikasi, bercakap. So this is what we call colour psychology di sebalik warna. So warna-warna akan memberikan kita impact dan efek yang berbeza. Contohnya kita pilih warna pink. For those of you love sangat, dia suka sangat pink all the way. Of course, automatically you akan jadi very feminine. Susahlah untuk you nak dapatkan kepercayaan dan orang tak nampak confident pada diri you. Kecuali memang you jenis memang extrovert, then it's different. Tapi orang extrovert ni jaranglah yang jenis yang extrovert tapi pakai pink all the way. Biasanya dia akan pilih warna yang sedikit terang. So again, bila you nak nampak lebih confident, of course you kena naikkan authority you. Maksudnya warna-warna yang gelap. Tapi pilihan warna gelap yang mana? So kalau kita silap pilih warna, orang akan lihat kita dengan message yang berbeza, different messages. So the reason why I choose red around me and red on me, on my dress, is because I used to be an introvert and I want to improve myself supaya I feel more confident when I'm up here and on the stage, especially when I was assigned to present at Intan, and masa tu ada 400 orang. So can you imagine I was there alone and ada 400 in the 400 pax in the auditorium, plus I used to have one big ballroom. Penuh satu ballroom tu, of course dia ada macam, dia besar lah, ballroom yang besar, dan saya seorang saja di situ di tengah-tengah. Macam mana saya nak dapatkan everyone punya attention? So again, you need to find the right colour for you supaya it really helps you with your messages. Okay, this is example Now, so dalam pemilihan warna ni, of course there are warm colours and cool colours, but we cannot explain further because webinar hari ni very short webinar kan. So what I want you to maybe balik, maybe if you're currently in your room, maybe think of different warna-warna ni ada dua jenis, ada warna-warna panas dan warna-warna sejuk. So same goes with us as an individual, we fall under warm undertone or cool undertone, and we suit with either warm colours or cool colours. But how do you differentiate that? Is how bila warm colours ni, any colour that you can find around you that has been mixed with yellow. Okay, so if you can imagine any colour that you can find around you that has been mixed with yellow ataupun dia nampak bit yellowish, kemudian cool colours pula ni merujuk kepada any colours that you can find around you that has been mixed with blue. So anything nampak sedikit kebiruan dikategorikan sebagai warna-warna sejuk. Okay, sebab apa? Sebab kita nak categorizekan dalam setiap individu tu dia sesuai dalam kategori warna yang mana. Contoh, this is from Nilufar Hijab quite some time ago lah. Nilufar Hijab punya sample. So we have summer, winter, spring, autumn. So setiap individu ni dia sesuai dalam kategori yang berbeza. So in my kuasa warna book, you can find your answers whether you fall under summer, winter, spring or autumn. So kalau you sesuai dengan warna-warna sama, kita apply ke warna sama. Kalau sesuai dengan warna autumn, you apply dengan warna autumn. Kesilapan pemilihan warna itulah yang membuatkan kita nampak tua, nampak pucat, nampak sakit, nampak tak bermaya. So orang nak datang dekat kita pun dia takut sebab dia terasa macam dia ni tak memberikan, tak ada semangat, ya, tak menunjukkan ada semangat, ada passion. So pemilihan warna, if you can imagine, sebab I bagi contoh Niloufar kat sini. So if you can imagine, Niloufar selalu pakai warna-warna musim summer. Kecuali lately because she wears niqab, of course dia start pakai banyak gelap, ya. Dulu if you can imagine, she always wear pastel colours, ya, pastel colours. So dalam kategori musim warna summer, and she looks so good with that. But once she change, contohnya dalam slide ni, if you can see, she's wearing spring colours. And if you can imagine, spring colour tu buatkan muka dia nampak pucat, nampak sakit. So pemilihan warna yang salah akan buatkan kita message yang begitu pada orang ramai yang melihat, wah, muka yang pucat, muka yang sakit. Jadi orang nak dekat dengan kita pun dia tak berapa selesa. So again, Niloufar dia tak apalah sebab she's a celebrity, she is a brand, orang dah kenal, dia nak pakai macam mana nak nampak lebih feminin is okay. But for us yang nakkan authority, jadi kita kena naikkan authority level kita supaya tidaklah nampak terlalu lembut. Yes, we can wear summer colour on our hijab, but our dress or baju kurung mesti gelapkan. This is what I'm trying to say. Kalau contohnya we fall under winter colours, kita sesuai dengan warna-warna winter, fine, you wear winter tudung, tetapi di bawahnya dengan baju kurung atau blouse dia, kita boleh bermain dengan warna-warna yang sedikit what do you call that, yang sedikit tak terlalu pastel, tak terlalu light sangat, tetapi dalam kategori medium. So boleh juga mix and match begitu. I mean for this particular module memang lebih banyak lah kena explain. Kalau nak buat secara ringkas ni, I can only share with you the basic, ya. Sebab normally on colours itself, kalau I buat masterclass, because I have masterclass sepanjang 2020 yang lepas. So dalam masterclass, I will teach you on how to find the right colour. That will take about 3.5 hours just to talk about colours alone. So banyak benda yang kita nak belajar tentang warna ni. Okay, so it's not as simple as you can see. Sebab kita nak buat analisis. So dari segi warna, kita juga perlu tahu skin tone colour. So of course skin tone ni merujuk kepada kulit luaran kita. Ada skin tone yang gelap, ada yang skin tone yang medium, ada yang skin tone yang cerah, yang pale and fair. Itu adalah skin tone. Tetapi untuk pemilihan warna, we need to learn more than just skin tone. What we need to learn is undertone. Ya, undertone. Ya, undertone ni untuk individu ada undertone sejuk dan undertone panas. This is what we call warm undertone and cool undertone. So how do you know whether you fall under warm undertone or cool undertone? Remember, yang warm undertone itu tadi adalah apa saja warna, any color that you can find that has been mixed with yellow, or cool undertone pula sesuai dengan any color that you can find this word that has been mixed with blue. Okay, so how do you know? Maksudnya orang yang warm undertone ni, mereka normally they easily get tan after beach activities. Balik dari pantai, kulit dia cepat tan, kulit dia cepat gelap. Berbanding dengan cool undertone, normally after balik dari pantai, they easily get burn. Kulit dia cepat menggelupas dan merah-merah. Yes, okay. So after we analyze you based on you fall under warm undertone, then you would know that okay, I sebenarnya sesuai dengan autumn or spring colours, spring season. Kalau you fall under cool undertone, probably you fall under a winter or summer. So you tak boleh mix and match. For example, you are warm undertone, you nak pakai dekat bahagian cool undertone. Sebab itulah muka you nampak pucat, tak menarik. So kalau you cool undertone, you nak pakai juga yang under warm undertone. So that's the reason why you nampak some people, no matter how they try to to find the latest trend, the latest colour, bila dia beli macam mana pun they always get frustrated. Because why? Because dia tak dapat cari jawapan dia, kenapa warna ni tak sesuai dengan dia. So this is one of the reason lah, macam I mentioned, kenapa I keluarkan buku kuasa warna. So what you can do is maybe because we have very short time kan, so what you can do is bila habis program ni, try to look at your vein colour. So does your vein colour comes in very what do you call that, very bluish and purplish, ataupun dia ada mix of blue and greenish, or you can see dia banyak kepada green sahaja. So kalau jawapan dia kalau jawapan you punya vein tu lebih kepada green saja ataupun hijau, that means you fall under warm undertone. Kalau if you have like purple and blue without any green, meaning that you are cool undertone. But if in case you have a mix of both, ada biru, ada purple, ada kalau biru, purple dan juga green. For example, you have everything. You have mix of blue, green and purple. Then possible that you fall under neutral undertone. So another test that you can do is you use your accessories. So let's have both accessories nearer to your skin. Kalau boleh dekat you punya tangan ke, paling dekat lah tu. So you can use that. If you can differentiate between what do you call that, silver, gold, and if you have rose gold, tengok dalam gambar ni, this lady yang mana sesuai dengan dia. Is it silver, is it rose gold, or is it gold? Ini yang memainkan peranan. Yang mana yang buatkan kita nampak menarik, wow, ataupun just biasa-biasa saja. Because remember, in order to be irreplaceable, you need to be different from others. So make sure you cari apa yang sesuai, apa strategi yang sesuai untuk diri you. The other way, kalau tak ada semua ni, contohnya puan ni, I don't have all the accessories. The other way is you use a blank A4 paper. Get an A4 paper, cuba letak dekat sebelah muka you and you can see. Bila you letak A4 paper di especially kalau boleh jangan dalam bilik, tak nak bilik yang gelap, make sure you memandang kepada di broad daylight, kalau ada daylight lah, kalau lebih itu lebih cantik lah. Kalau guna lampu dalam bilik ni kurang menarik. So use that and you must have a mirror in front of you. So you tengok bila letakkan A4 paper, adakah dia nampak kulit kita cerah atau kita nampak gelap. Okay, that's number one. Adakah kita nampak very pinkish or kita nampak bit yellowish. Okay, so jawapan-jawapan tu akan bagi kita satu idea ataupun some guidance whether we fall under warm undertone or cool undertone. We suit with warm colours or cool colours. Okay, so kalau you letak di A4 paper, you nampak very pinkish, muka you sangat menarik, cantik, then probably you fall under cool undertone. Tapi kalau you letak A4 paper, you nampak gelap. Alamak Fadimi, saya letak ni muka saya nampak gelap. Especially if you can remember time sekolah dulu, macam sekolah menengah dulu, you pakai baju tudung putih, pure white colour. Masa dulu patutlah saya dah tengok muka saya gelap. Sebab itulah reason dia. Bila kita pakai putih and kita warm undertone, kita pakai sesuatu yang putih, automatically muka kita nampak gelap. Okay, especially zaman selfie dan zaman wifi sekarang ni, kita nak bergambar, bila kita pilih warna yang salah, kita akan nampak tak menarik berbanding rakan-rakan yang lain. Nampak macam sangat ceria, nampak menarik, kita pula macam, oh, kenapa muka nampak gelap? So terus tak nak post dalam social media. So that's us kan, kita tak, kalau rasa macam tak sesuai, tak nak post. Kalau kita nampak wow, kita nak post. So again, colour memainkan peranan. Pada diri sendiri sangat penting sebab kita rasa yakin dan juga orang ramai yang melihat. So the other way is bila kita balik daripada pantai, kita tengok sama ada adakah kita lebih tan atau kita mudah burn. Macam merah-merah ni burn. Kalau kita tan tu bermaksud boleh nampak perbezaan lah antara dua warna. Maksudnya perbezaan dalam dekat skin kita tu ada yang warna gelap, gelap sebab cahaya matahari, ataupun kita jenis kulit yang burn, kulit dia merah-merah kemudian dia menggelupas. So answer your answer tu akan memberikan jawapan kepada sama ada sesuai dengan warna-warna sejuk ataupun warna-warna panas. InsyaAllah kalau kita ada maybe future session ke yang mana memang for those yang betul-betul nak belajar tentang warna, maybe we can have a different session lah, but this one is mainly for basic for you to understand. Sebenarnya dari segi pemilihan warna, kita perlu tahu sama ada kita sesuai dengan warna-warna sejuk atau warna-warna panas. Okay, so of course kalau you fall under warm category, normally your skin be very yellowish and you suit more with warm or yellow based colors, and normally you get tan compared to those under cool category. So those with cool category normally skin dia very pinkish. Dia nampak pink-pink je, dia tak pakai blusher, dia sangat pink. Lelaki pun sama. So normally these people they suit with cool or blue based colors. Sesuatu warna yang ditambahkan dengan sedikit biru. Jadi dia nampak lebih kebiruan, more bluish compared to yellowish. So these people normally they get burned after beach activities and they suit more with winter or summer color. Ini contoh lah. Okay. What else? So all this analysis yang I dah mention hari ini adalah untuk cari kita dalam kategori yang mana, supaya bila kita tak tersilap, kita tak adalah spend money. For otherwise, bila trend baru datang kita beli, but bila kita dapat, especially nowadays semua online, everything Shopee, Lazada, Fashion Valley, whatever. So bila kita beli online, suddenly bila dapat macam, kenapa cantik pada model tu, bila kita pakai tak sesuai. So I can relate this challenges not only on you, but I used to have that previously, those days. Bila kita nak shopping je, kalau tak pergi shopping mall, beli online, beli rugi. Satu fabric silap, fabric tak cantik, satu warna pun tak cantik. So kita akan rasa frust. And bila tengok harga balik RM79, gone. Because why? Because kita tak ada knowledge. Tapi kalau kita ada knowledge, kita akan save money, and whatever that we save, we can reuse that money and buy another one, which really help us. Especially bila kita nak keluar kat luar sana, kita nak dapat trust, respect orang, kita kena dapatkan dari segi just very simple je, warna je dapat memberikan kita impact yang sangat kuat. Okay, alright. So of course, kuasa warna is dalam kuasa warna tu attached sekali dengan kuasa warna adalah this is what we call the color wheel. So this color wheel really help you to mix and match. If you have problem or if you have challenges every single day, Puan Amy macam mana I nak mix and match, warna ni boleh ke dengan warna ni? So this is your solution and how to mix and match the colours in your wardrobe. So antara salah satu yang biasa kita tahu ialah the basic colours, the neutral colours, black and white and grey. Ni dah biasalah, semua orang tahu. But if you are the one yang memang suka sangat shopping online, you have seen that many of the website, the fashion website, dia suka letak hashtag black and white and grey sebagai monochromatic. Yeah, so eventually black and white and grey is what we call achromatic, bukan monochromatic. So monochromatic means any color. I think I have to stop sharing sekejap. I want to show you. Okay, if you can see me. Okay, sorry. So this is what we call monochromatic. Satu warna with different tone. Satu warna berlainan tona. So if you love pink, so this is pink. So this is what monochromatic. Mono means one. Chromatic comes from the word chroma ataupun warna. So for example, if you love blue, so this is what we call monochromatic in blue. So if you want to look tall, you use this strategy. Maksudnya baju biru, jeans biru, maybe kasut ada nampak biru sikit kat depan tu, so you can be seen as taller than your height today. So this is another way for you to look tall. Tapi kalau you suka macam black and white or black and grey, and let's say for example baju black and suddenly seluar grey, and for those of you yang memang petite, you akan nampak lagi pendek, you akan nampak lagi petite. Because why? Because you cut your body into two colours, especially block colours. But if you want to look taller, then you use this way of color scheme. This is what we call color scheme ataupun scheme warna. Scheme warna monochromatic. Achromatic means black and white and grey. Itu saja. There's no other colors for achromatic. Monochromatic means satu warna berlainan tona. Same color with the same tones. Okay. So let me share once again. So besides achromatic and monochromatic, you can also use the kuasa warna color wheel to use different mixed colors. Contohnya, if you love mixing different 2 or 3 colors in one go ataupun dalam satu pemakaian, then you can use this color analysis, color wheel. Bagi contoh sekejap. I will stop sharing sekejap. Okay, let me stop sharing this. So this is another way. Contoh macam the one that I'm wearing inside. Dalam gambar ni adalah tudung warna green and baju merah. So how do you use this? That for example, dalam ni you can see dia boleh pusing-pusing. Okay, it can be moved. And for example, kalau contoh if you love green, so you use this. Okay, you use this arrow. Okay, face it to the green. And then you boleh nampak dekat bawah dia, bawah opposite to the green is what kita nampak warna merah. So sebenarnya warna hijau boleh di mix and matchkan dengan warna merah menggunakan color wheel. If you don't, kalau tak suka lah, contoh if you don't like green color and you love say if you love orange, so you can see the orange, the opposite of orange is what? Opposite of orange is blue. So this is another way for you to mix and match. This is what we call complementary. So dalam color wheel ni, is if you can see, dia ada dalam box ni kan, dia ada segitiga sama kaki. They have what do you call that, segi empat sama. So you use these shapes for you to find your favorite colors. For example, kalau segi empat sama ni, apa warna-warna yang dia boleh mix and match? Okay, so dia ada 4. Ya. Kalau 3 ni ada 3 lah, 3 penjuru. So each of these colors tu you can mix and match. But again, janganlah semua sekali, macam contoh biru, merah, kuning, without any neutral colors pun tak boleh juga. At least mesti ada satu warna neutral, contohnya black and white or beige. Otherwise you nampak terlalu dramatic lah. So depends on your industry, ya. Jadi jangan terlalu nampak dramatic, ya. Depends on your industry juga. So ini bagi contoh, ya, complementary, they call it analogous, and then we have split complementary, and we have triad. Ini contoh. Alright, so that's what we call that. That's some basic about color analysis and your image management. And last but not least, yang kita nak cover hari ni, very quick one, is business etiquette in the workplace. This is important as well, especially when you're out there and you're meeting people, and especially bila dah kerja nanti, macam mana you nak manage your environment, people around you, whether it's formal ke tak formal ke. So business etiquette is another way to guide you, yeah, especially when you have new bosses, new colleague, and how are you going to handle that situation. So business etiquette in the workplace. The most important thing that you need to know is business etiquette ni ada dibagikan kepada dua. There are two kinds of business etiquette, atau there are two kinds of etiquette, sorry. So one is what we call social etiquette. This social etiquette is based on chivalry, on the concept the lady, the aged, and the weak must be protected. Maksudnya pernah dengar tak? Ladies first. Biasa kan? Kita biasa dengar ladies first. So if you have heard of ladies first, kalau ataupun you terdengar orang cakap, okay, ladies first, itu bermaksud is a social etiquette, bukan business etiquette. If business etiquette, it is based on power and hierarchy, meaning that contohnya, berdasarkan jawatan. Siapa yang paling tinggi di sini? CEO. Siapa yang paling tinggi di sini? Vice Chancellor. Contoh. Okay, so this is business etiquette. So in any situation, you need to identify whether, ini business ke ini social. Okay, so you need to identify that. Contohnya masuk dalam satu majlis. Cuba tengok RSVP balik, it's business lah, kena pakai formal, then kena hormat pada yang mereka lebih tinggi. Tetapi kalau dalam social etiquette atau social situation, social business atau social event, contohnya kita pergi menghadiri majlis social, ditulis situ adalah majlis social, bukan majlis formal. Kemudian kalau ditulis majlis social, bermaksud kita pentingkan ladies first. So understand ya, for those guys, rakan-rakan adik-adik lelaki di sini yang rasa macam okay, ini social ke business. So dalam event social mesti ladies first. Okay, remember ya, ladies first. Kalau business, barulah kita berdasarkan power dan hierarki, pangkat dan kedudukan. Pangkat yang paling tinggi, ya, itu adalah business. Itu beza dia. Kena faham tu, apa social dan juga business. Kemudian, remember, bila kita berkomunikasi dengan seseorang, tak kisahlah secara face to face, or it could be from your social media, the way you present yourself, people will always judge. Remember, people judge you based on what they see. So facial expression is also part of your communication. Tetapi communication apa? Non-verbal, bahasa badan. So the way you present yourself, orang akan judge you whether you're happy, you're in a bad mood, or you're positive or negative. Yeah, facial expression. So I can't see most of you here unless I really browse one by one, but the way you present yourself will explain whether you are interested with me, or you rasa macam, hey, cepat-cepat lah Poimi, I nak cepat ni, lunch ni dah lapar ni. So again, your facial expression will say differently whether you're positive or negative. Okay, so again, very important, the way you present yourself in social media and dekat outside world pun. Your profile, you have to look at your profile. Cuba tengok profile tu senyum ke tak? What about profile yang tunjuk muka kucing? Nama dah cantik tapi letak profile gambar kucing atau gambar bangunan. So remember, your future employer wants to know you. They don't want to know about your cat. They don't want to know about the places that you have gone. places that you have visited. They want to know you in person. So people connect with you emotionally. Remember about the personal branding. So you have to think of, oh, my profile, I need to make sure that I must have a nice profile. Bukan hanya profile kita pergi ambil gambar pasport tu, kalau boleh elakkanlah gambar macam tu. Sebab I have seen orang yang letak dalam LinkedIn pun yang professional network pun dia masih menggunakan gambar-gambar pasport. So try to avoid that. Yeah, take a nice picture. Nampak profesional, background profesional, dari segi quality pun nampak profesional, tapi biarlah kita nampak facial expression yang lebih mesra, ya, lebih mesra, lebih ramah dan buat kau orang rasa macam they want to see them. Okay, alright. So for example, in any situation, it could be in business situation, or they call it business interaction. So try to answer this question. Your eyes should be kept on, is it A, triangle of the eyes to the center of forehead, or is it B, triangle of the eyes to the mouth, or is it C, triangle of the eyes to the center of the chest, or D, triangle of the eyes to the shoes? So let's use the chat room. Cuba tengok jawapan masing-masing. Which one do you think the suitable answer for this question? Is it A, during a business interaction, your eyes must be focused on where? Is it from the eyes to the center of forehead, or eyes to the mouth, eyes to the center of the chest, or is it from the eyes to the shoes? Your answer? Saya tengok mana jawapan. Okay, so ramai yang bagi B. Okay. B. Ada yang cakap D? Ada yang bagi jawapan D ke? D. A because is like we are having an eye contact. B, A. Alright, okay. Ada yang bagi D tak? D for Denmark. Or C for China. Okay, so far tak adalah. It's A and B. Okay. Let's take a look at the question. During a business interaction. So in any etiquette situation, kita kena faham, is it a business or social? So this question focus on business interaction. So if it's a business interaction, the answer must be A, triangle of the eyes to the center of forehead. So that would be the answer for business. But if you are in a social situation, social event, the answer would be B, triangle of the eyes to the mouth, daripada mata ke mulut. Yes, for business interaction is A. Kalau B would be social. Social dibenarkan kita lihat sampai bibir, ya. Tapi dalam business kita tak lihat sampai bibir, kita tengok bahagian dahi ni, the triangle, ya, daripada dahi hingga mata. Kita tengok sampai B. Siapa yang nak cuba beritahu saya kenapa kita tak lihat sampai bibir for business? Anyone wants to try? Kenapa kita tak lihat sampai bibir di dalam situasi bisnes? Ataupun kenapa kita tak tengok sampai chest? Ataupun sampai kaki, sampai kasut? Kenapa kita tak buat begitu? Yes, for romantic and intimate purposes. Yes, okay, alright. So anything to do, kalau kita tengok sampai bibir, dia agak intimate lah. Ya, dalam business kita tak boleh practice begitu. Kalau social, tak apa, dibenarkan, inappropriate. Yes, sebab kita nak tengok confident someone. Wow, okay. So jawapan dia ada sebab kita nak tengok confident someone. Lips and below are more personal. It can lead to misunderstanding. Yeah, possible. Kalau sampai kaki tu macam terlebih judge. So siapa yang tengok sampai kaki tu? Siapa? Anyone wants to try? Siapa biasanya yang akan judge us based on top to toe, daripada atas sampai bawah, atas sampai bawah, atas sampai bawah, makcik-makcik bawah. Okay, yeah, possible. Yeah, HR, yes, HR bila kita masuk and then interview, kita just walk to the room and yes, they will sometimes yeah, they look daripada atas sampai bawah kaki. Because why? Because that's how they judge us. Right, atas sampai bawah ni more of judging, betul. Siapa yang judge kita biasanya? Okay, contohnya kalau kita masuk bangunan, a new building and no one is there and you only meet the what you call the security guard. Of course dia macam tengok atas bawah, betul tak? Okay, and then for those yang macam baru-baru, I mean you're still young. And for those yang macam baru nak jumpa mak mertua, betul tak, mak mertua mesti tengok atas bawah, betul tak? So this is orang kata, I mean this is a joke, right? They said, ya mungkinlah poin ini mak mertua kan nak tengok atas bawah. Okay, that's true. What about C? Siapa yang tengok daripada triangle of the eyes to the center of the chest? For security, yes. Siapa yang cakap C? Jawapan dia C. For business interaction. Siapa yang biasanya tengok C ni daripada mata sampai dada? Anyone wants to try? Man. Okay, lagi? Ada siapa-siapa nak cuba? No offense. Okay. Alright. Okay, so orang yang tengok sini biasanya kalau I buat program biasanya orang kata ni orang gatal puan ni, betul lah tu. Orang yang tengok daripada mata sampai dada ni biasanya orang macam tu lah, ya, because sepatutnya C is awkward. Yeah, normally we don't apply that in business or any social situation pun. We don't do that lah. Ya, orang boleh perasan sebab mata kita boleh tahu orang tu pandang ke mana. So eye contact, remember in business kalau boleh practice the following technique. So when talking, ya, eye contact kita mestilah kita lihat sebanyak 41%, and when listening is more, ya. Please don't do C, yes. Okay, so for eye contact in any business or social situation, kalau boleh 41% adalah bila kita bercakap dan 75% adalah bila kita mendengar. So kenapa agaknya kita lebihkan percentage ketika mendengar berbanding ketika bercakap? Why is it that we need to make eye contact more when we listen instead of when we talk? Kenapa agaknya? Kenapa kita practice? Yes, to show that we pay attention, yeah. Especially at your lecturer punya level, lecturer punya situation, of course dia rasa macam kenapa dia punya student ni tak pay attention. Ya, bila dia bercakap pandang sana, pandang sini, so dia rasa macam, you know, especially this is part of your body language, yeah. And when we meet someone, kalau boleh ketika bercakap 41% dia ketika kita bercakap gunakan eye contact, dan selebihnya bila kita mendengar tu barulah kita fokuskan kepada yang kita jumpa tu. So this is part of your way to show that you respect people, yeah, based on your eye contact. Again, then from eye contact daripada mata kita turun ke hati ke mulut, bibir. Daripada mata kita pergi ke bibir dulu, bukan hati dulu, pergi bibir dulu. So again your smile. So if you can see ada contoh-contoh yang saya bagi di A dan B, yang mana yang nampak genuine? Which one that says genuine smile? Is it A or B? A or B? A. Is it A or B? Okay, so the answer is B. The answer is B. Why? Why is, kenapa B? Eye contact is not for me because I have anxiety. Oh, okay, anxiety. Kenapa anxiety tu? I think you pemalu ni. It's either you pemalu. Yeah, I used to have that when I was really introvert. Macam nak tengok orang pun macam segan, takut. So you know what? If you can't see, you tak boleh tengok mata mereka, always look at their forehead. Alright. So the answer for you, the only solution for you is don't look at the eye, look at the forehead. Ya, tengok dekat atas. The area here instead of the eye. Kalau rasa macam takut sangatlah, but you have to, because never ever kalau orang tengah bercakap you pandang lain, because it doesn't show that you respect them. So always look at the forehead. No matter how, macam saya ni kan, sekarang saya bercakap dengan kamera kan, so nak tak nak paksa ni, I tend to avoid eye contact. It's okay, jangan lihat mata dia, lihat pada this area saja, the forehead is enough, ya. Tapi when you avoid, people would say that you are rude, yeah, you're not respecting them, you're not giving attention. So it's careful sangat, because dalam communication it can be a miscommunication and people judge you differently. So I tend to avoid eye contact. I think it's too much a smile for me. Yeah, but eventually ini adalah mengikut research dalam buku Captivate and dibuat oleh Vanessa Van Everts, which she found that kalau mengikutkan smile, kita punya senyuman ni, yang paling genuine ialah yang B ni. Kenapa? Kalau you nampak dari segi B ni, dia ada two lines dekat mata dia. Bila kita senyum, betul-betul senyum, kalau senyum yang betul-betul ikhlas, you akan nampak dua line di sebelah mata dia. Dua-dua mata dia nampak line. Kalau just senyum biasa, you are not telling people that you are sincere, you're genuine with your smile. Ya, kita buat-buat. So kebanyakan masa kita hari ni, even dalam gambar kita pun kadang-kadang kita buat-buat je senyum, tapi kita tak, sebenarnya senyum tu tidak dari hati. It's just we smile because of the sake of smiling. So we don't really smile, tidak dari hati lah. Contoh satu lagi contoh, kalau lihat kita macam nampak sama kan. Cuba tengok yang mana lebih genuine kat sini. Is it A or is it B? Right. So think about your profile. What I'm trying to help you is that think about your brand today, your profile, whatever that you present yourself on social media, or even during the during your class. Bila kita senyum tu, jangan senyum buat-buat, senyum dari hati, senyum betul-betul. So is it A or B? Right? Okay, now you know the answer. It's A. Okay, right. Cool. The eyes getting smaller. Yes. Bila kita senyum dari hati, kita punya mata ni akan lagi kecil. Especially nowadays kita terpaksa pakai mask. Bila kita pakai mask, nobody knows whether kita senyum betul-betul atau tidak. So senangnya, sebenarnya jawapan dia senang je. Bila saya tengok orang tu betul-betul senyum, kita tengok mata dia. Kalau mata dia makin mengecil, it becomes smaller, then you know dia sebenarnya sedang senyum secara ikhlas. Bukan yang macam biasa-biasa. So kalau senyum biasa, kita tahu mata dia. From mata tu kita tahu dia senyumannya ikhlas atau tidak. Now, dalam business or dalam social atau business, you need to know that when you introduce yourself, for example, if you're sitting down, contohnya sekarang tengah duduk, I'm now standing up, tapi contohnya kalau sedang duduk, make sure you rise up, kena bangun, alright? So make sure you stand up or rise up and then make eye contact. So eye contact is important in communication because that's part of your non-verbal communication. So make eye contact and smile, not a little bit, and with firm handshake. Firm handshake. Ini kalau sebelum COVID lah, sebelum COVID. Kalau selepas ni pun, kalau you boleh handshake, you do handshake. But if you can't handshake, what should you do? Alright, kalau sekarang ni dengan zaman yang tak boleh handshake ni, of course you use your right hand and put on your left left chest, and then you tunduk sedikit. Alright, tu kalau sempat. Kebanyakan ni kita sama ada kita senyum dan kita tunduk sedikit, atau kalau kita sempat, gunakan tangan kanan kita, letakkan di atas dada di sebelah kiri dan kita angguk. Okay, sekarang lah dengan zaman sekarang. But in the future is once COVID ni dah berakhir, please apply back the handshake punya way of introducing yourself, sebab otherwise kita akan hilang etiquette. Etiquette tu kita akan hilang, dan bila tanpa handshake ni kita nak trust orang susah. Especially the reason why kita handshake is for us to get trust. Kita nak mendapatkan kepercayaan orang tu, especially cara handshake pun memainkan peranan. So again, if the step to introduce yourself, first kali kalau kita tengah duduk, sedang duduk, make sure kita bangun. Make eye contact and smile, not a little bit, and of course use a firm handshake and ask, how do you do? Ask how do you do, and all the open-ended question. So handshake is very important. So ada jenis-jenis handshake kalau di luar sana. Now eventually, because we are online today, kalau kita buat face to face, of course I'll get everybody to stand up and then make sure you do your handshake. Then from there you learn, mana yang ada yang gunakan handshake berbeza-beza. So of course you find some people with sweaty palms. Bila kita bersalam dengan dia, tangan dia, we call that very sweaty lah, macam sedikit basah sebab dia berpeluh. Mungkin adalah satu penyakit, dan ada juga yang macam gemuruh. Dia rasa macam risau, dia tak confident, ada jugalah. Okay, alright. Ataupun kalau for those yang macam first time jadi trainer, nak berdiri dekat depan ni semua berpeluh, tangan berpeluh, semua berpeluh. So this is what we call sweaty palms. Dan for those yang ada masalah ni, kalau boleh dalam poket sentiasa ada tisu, or you have handkerchief or anything yang boleh you masukkan dalam poket dan you lap dulu. Alright, rather than tangan yang berpeluh tu you salam dengan orang, kalau boleh try to avoid that. Alright. Number 2 is what we call dead fish. Dead fish ni ala-ala macam Mak Datin, kalau disalam pun disalam sikit-sikit je. Okay, so this is not recommended type of handshake. Okay, not recommended type of handshake. Sebab kalau kita buat macam ni, orang tu macam anggap kita tak respect dia. Very careful. The third one is what we call bone crusher. Bone crusher ni I've seen biasanya lelaki lah yang biasanya kalau dia salam, kalau boleh dia nak salam sekuat-kuatnya. So try to avoid that for business, for business etiquette. Now a double hander. So when can we apply this double hander handshake? Double hander handshake. Di mana kita boleh apply double hander handshake? If you have meeting in Japanese example, they are from different culture, they not comfortable. Yes, Japanese memang dia tak handshake lah. Jarang lah, kecuali Japanese yang memang dah dalam datang meeting, and of course they do handshake. Kalau dekat real Japanese, kalau dekat luar sana they just bow. Tapi kalau you have seen Japanese, because I've worked in multinational companies, and you've seen Japanese yang datang dekat Malaysia, yang dah tahu culture kita yang memang kita perlu handshake, they do handshake. So of course they apply the culture differently at their country and our country. Of course some people yang macam some Japanese yang memang definitely follow dia punya culture, sampai Malaysia pun dia follow culture dia. So you need to understand different people, they have different maybe you can offer your handshake first, tapi kalau you tahu dia tak sambut, that meaning that they still apply the old culture. But some Japanese yang dah biasa dengan culture kita, dia akan faham bahawa bila dia datang kita, dia akan salam. Yes, so for Muslim yang tak boleh salam, what do? We bow lah, kita buat macam itu. Betul tak? And then of course we use the right. Kalau kita biasa pergi dekat hotel and we have seen that they use dia letakkan tangan kanan dia di dada dan dia akan tunduk. Itu dekat hotel-hotel yang 5 star lah I've seen. Yang kurang 4 star, 3 star ni kurang sikit dari segi service. But 5 stars I can see them that they really apply that. They use this and of course they bow a little bit. Right, double hander when we want to show gratitude, like thank you so much for coming. Wise. International rule in handshake. The international rule in handshake is the last one, perfect handshake. So this is the perfect handshake. Unless different country, they have different culture. Of course, you need to do some research. Okay, culture kalau Japanese dia tak bagi handshake sangat. Maybe different country ada setengah. Of course dari segi Muslim and non-Muslim ataupun wanita dan lelaki, dari segi Muslim kita tak handshake. So what do we do? So but in business, perfect handshake is the most, orang kata yang paling orang pakai dalam situasi business. Perfect handshake. So you must have that, you must apply that perfect handshake wherever you go. Internationally you use perfect handshake. So kenapa kita tak patut, jangan miss, you never miss a handshake or never skip a handshake. Because why? Because when we do a handshake, our body produce what we call that oxytocin. It's a hormone. It's a hormone that help us to gain or help them to trust us. Gain trust and to have a deeper connection within the first 7 seconds. So that's the reason why kita ni kena handshake. Bukan lelaki dan wanita yang kaburim, tetapi for those yang kita boleh salam, kita handshake. Jangan miss handshake, sebab daripada handshake itulah kita akan dapat lebih kepercayaan. Remember the first module, to gain trust, respect, and of course for those yang handshake tapi ala-ala Mak Datin tu, apa yang kita rasa? Dia ni ngada-ngada salam macam Mak Datin. Betul tak? Mulut kita mulalah bercakap-cakap. Mulut kita akan start mengecam. Because why? Because these people, they don't really apply the perfect handshake ataupun the international standard of handshake, yang mana kita betul-betul kena handshake. Dan handshake ni for information bukan setakat firm, tetapi kita just shake for 3 times. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Tapi janganlah sebut how do you do tu sampai how do you do 1, 2, 3 pula. So maksudnya bila how do you do, tangan tengah bersalam tapi dalam hati kira 1, 2, 3 cukup. Dan yang keempat, letakkan tangan di bawah. Janganlah satu, oh hi, how do you do, sampai 10 kali pun tangan salam lagi. So don't do that. Don't do that. Even kalau boleh, kalau dia pegang lama sangat, kalau boleh cepat-cepat turunkan. Tapi jangan terlalu abrupt lah, jangan nampak macam turut for them. Kalau boleh 1, 2, 3, that's perfect handshake, cukup. Tak perlu lama sangat, tak sampai 5, 10 berkali-kali kita nak shake. Because apa, seronok sangat jumpa orang tu. Kalau orang tu tak let go, then slow lah. Kita kena ni. Kita tengok jugalah keadaan dia bagaimana. Ada setengah orang Ada setengah orang memang dia memang sebab seronok sangat. Tapi kita tengok situasi bagaimana. Tapi jangan terlalu kita tarik tangan tu macam nampak sangat abruptly kita nak let go the hands. Kalau boleh orang yang faham tentang etiquette, dia akan tahu bahawa sebenarnya cukup 3. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Ya, yang tak faham, yang tak tahu tentang etiquette itulah yang dia macam, oh kalau boleh nak salam lama-lama. Sebenarnya dalam bisnes kita nampak profesional. 1, 2, 3 cukup dan letak tangan di bawah. Alright. Okay, sebab I can't do the what you call that practical here because susah kan kita secara online begini, but I hope you have the what you call that the you can imagine. Ya, kalau boleh 1, 2, 3 cukup. That's it. Alright, for professional handshake. Ya, jangan nampak terlalu di sana. Okay, what else? Okay, the art of networking skill. I think I have another 2 or 3 slides. Don't worry, it's going to be quick. So the art of networking skill, for example, in the future, you are being assigned by your boss. Okay, you have to go to this conference. You have to go for this training. So what do you need to do, especially in terms of whether you want to apply business or social? What should you do, right? So eventually for networking, what you need to do is bila you tak tahu macam mana nak to handle the situation, always use open-ended question like what, when, why, who, how, right? And ask this question instead of kalau try to avoid close-ended question yang buatkan mereka jawab yes, no, no, no. Bila dia jawab no or yes, dia akan buatkan perbualan tu mati di situ saja. So try to avoid that kind of question. Always ask what, when, how, who, how. Yeah. So how do you think about? How do you think about the training? Contoh, macam mana ni? Contohnya what? When do you arrive here? Okay, tanya all these WH question. Okay, then avoid topics related to politics, wealth, sex and religion. Okay, cuma this is at international standard. Cuma bagi I personally, this is my personal opinion. Religion tu dibolehkan tapi jangan terlalu over sangat. Dibolehkan tapi kita tengok situasi, keadaan di mana kalau yang mana kita boleh bercakap dengan orang tu dari dalam topik religion boleh, tapi kalau boleh kita elakkan. Ni sebab takut bertentangan pendapat. Kemudian of course dalam networking, spend no more than 10 minutes with each person. Meaning that kalau you dah jumpa seseorang, you meet someone and you have discussed with them, blah blah blah, the borak, and then make sure you spend no more than 10 minutes. Yeah, of course you have got their business card, then that's it. You go to the next person. So because that's the reason of networking pun. Bukan berada di situ sampai sudah habis, sampai sudah conference habis dengan dia juga, habis training pun the same person. Kalau boleh you move to another person. Get to know people. Alright, if you given a business card, make sure you bring along your business card. Yeah. And dress appropriately. Always refer to the dress code given on the RSVP. Ataupun kalau you tahu it's a business training, business related training or business conference, and you are there on behalf of your organization, then of course you need to dress appropriately according to your values, according to dress code and the levels of business dressing tu tadi. Is it business formal, semi-formal, business casual or dressing down? Okay, right. And business etiquette. When you do introduction in business, okay, remember business ni, etiquette ada 2. Ada business etiquette and social etiquette. The rules of business introduction are based on pecking order, right? So if you are the person in charge to introduce the other person, contohnya you are in the middle and you have somebody who's a new student in the uni, and then you want to introduce to your lecturer. So siapa yang paling tinggi di sini? Of course your lecturer lah. In business, yeah, in business etiquette. In business etiquette, you always introduce those who has the higher level or higher authority. Itu business etiquette. Tapi dalam social etiquette, there's different. So you need to understand that 2 different situation. In social etiquette, always about ladies first. So it doesn't matter dia punya pangkat ke, kedudukan ke, dia punya ni mesti ladies first. Yeah, in social etiquette it's different. It's based on respect and courtesy. So if you have your mother and you have somebody who is with higher authority, in social situation is always the ladies first. Ya, kalau orang yang tak faham tu macam patutnya you introduce I dululah. Saya kan somebody dalam ni. Maksudnya orang tu tak faham tentang etiquette. Dia tak belajar tentang etiquette. Dia belum faham tentang kalau ini business is based on pecking order. hierarchy. Kalau dalam social is based on respect and courtesy. Ladies first. Kalau tak ada ladies kat situ, kita tengok siapa yang paling tua, yang mana yang older. Kalau contohnya we have our mother and we have another person yang sangat tua. Maksudnya kita panggil dia maybe Pakcik Harun contohnya, Pakcik Harun, very old man, and siapa yang nak respect? Is it a mother or Pakcik tua tu dulu? Of course, dalam situasi ni kita respect yang Pakcik Harun tu dulu, because he is dia paling tua di situ. Kita patut respect dia. So this is social, this is social situation. Social event, bukannya business. If business, of course kita tengok siapa yang paling ada authority with pangkat dengan pangkat, pangkat dan kedudukan. So berlainan. So you need to know which one that in different situation you need to understand mana you nak letakkan orang-orang tu. Okay, with that would be the last slide for today. I know I have exceed the 12 o'clock punya duration. Do you have any question from the participants?
Okay. Unfortunately, due to time constraint, we have stopped taking questions now, and we'll be asking for a question from the chat box earlier.
Yes, boleh? Anyone yang ni?
So I've collected the questions, and soalan berbunyi, how to remain confident when we are aware that people are checking on us? From our very own committee, Naida.
Okay, how to remain confident?
When we are aware that people are checking on us.
Okay, the thing is you don't jangan terlalu fokus sangat dengan orang di luar sana. Just be yourself and just do it. Just do it. But to me, because I know sometimes, especially when I do training, and then I know I've got so many eyes in front of me, and then I need, like I mentioned earlier, I'm an introvert. I do have that insecurity sometimes, right? Even I'm in training for many years. So again, kita akan rasa macam orang ni mesti judge kita, orang akan pandang kita, orang akan cakap kita bukan. But again, just do it. Just be confident and just be yourself. Rather than bila you fikir tentang apa orang ni cakap, apa orang ni cakap, eventually akan buatkan you rasa macam insecure, akan rasa macam apa I buat ni orang akan pandang, it doesn't matter. So orang yang akan selalu berkata dengan kita tu sometimes dia sendiri tak secure dengan diri dia. Dia rasa macam they find ways to judge us. They find ways to say negative things about us. So it's them. Sebab remember yang nak berjaya di sini ialah kita. We are the ones yang wants to be successful. It's not about them. So it doesn't matter if people talk cakap macam try to belittle us. And on our end, we know that we have done our best. We know what's best for us and mana yang sesuai untuk kita. Then just move forward. Don't think about apa yang orang cakap tentang diri kita.
Alright, okay. Listen to the advice, guys. Okay. So next question will be for formality punya wise. Nawal Balkis asked which one prefer for scarf, bawal ataupun short untuk formality wise.
Formality wise bawal atau short? Tengok dia punya design pula. Is there any design macam ada Swarovski ke, ada bunga-bunga ke? So again, dark deep colours give more authority with less embellishment. Lagi kurang dia punya design macam ada what do you call it, ada Swarovski, ada manik-manik, lagi ada authority. So kain wise kalau bawal dengan apa tadi? Kain bawal dengan
selendang biasa.
Selendang biasa. So yang penting satu warna, yang kedua ialah dia jatuh di floor dia macam mana, adakah terlalu macam very flowy, itu penting tu sama dia nampak structured, dia nampak bit flowy, ataupun dia warna dia bagaimana dengan dia punya design, is it lots of design. Kalau lagi banyak design, lagi casual, lagi sedikit design, lagi sedikit corak ke bunga dia, dan lebih formal. Okay, so tu je you kena tahu daripada structured kain dia, dari segi warna, pilihan and then design, dia corak, is there any embellishment lebih banyak, ada banyak manik-manik, all these Swarovski, ada labuci whatever, so lagi nampak dia casual.
Alright. So last but not least, soalan ni memang soalan panas. So tadi bila Puan tunjukkan yang roda bulat tu kan, warna tu, ramai sangat berminat dengan buku Kuasa Warna tu. Boleh bagi tahu tak Puan dekat mana boleh kami dapatkan buku tu?
Okay, buku kuasa warna, so far I'm the only one yang hold this book. If you want, I can give you the link to what do you call that, to purchase it. Nanti I bagi dekat the team lah the link that you can purchase it. Because dalam buku ni is full colours. Actually buku ni memang penuh dengan is what do you call that, the step by step analysis, the color analysis, and also I include together the color, what do you call it, the color psychology. Apa maksudnya kalau you pakai warna merah, apa maksud you pakai warna hijau. And then last but not least, dalam buku ni of course I insert sekali dengan kuasa warna punya color wheel, how to mix and match. And also there's another tool here. This tool is very important because in order for you to do your color analysis, you need this tool. So without this tool, you tak boleh buat color analysis you lah. Yang mana you fall under summer, winter, autumn, spring. Yeah. So different individual, they falls under different colors. What do you call that? Different season, color season. Ada orang tanya, kalau orang berkulit gelap harus pakai gelap just to establish rata. Kalau orang kulit gelap, yes, normally they fall, sama ada they fall under an autumn or winter. Biasanya orang kulit gelap ni dia tak mungkin jatuh dalam kategori summer. Ya, sebab memang dah ada buat analisis banyak towards all my clients. Biasanya orang kulit gelap ni biasanya they falls under a winter or an autumn season, either or. So kalau dia pakai kulit gelap, dia pakai cerah, dia akan nampak lagi gelap. Okay, for example, kalau dia memang gelap tapi dia pakai tudung yang cerah macam pastel, automatically kalau you perasan, kalau you rasa you agak gelap dan you pakai warna-warna cerah, cuba you tengok dalam gambar you akan nampak lagi gelap. You akan nampak lagi kusam dan you akan nampak lagi gelap. Berbanding dengan kalau you rasa macam you kulit gelap dan you pakai sedikit dark, ya, antara medium to dark, then you can see difference bila you pakai compare to bila you pakai warna-warna cerah. Ya, bila warna cerah you akan nampak lagi pucat, nampak lagi tak menarik lah, tak ada wow. You cannot find the wow bila you kulit gelap pakai warna yang cerah. Tapi it's not necessary. Yang penting adalah you do the analysis first. Bila you tahu from analysis tu, you akan dapat jawapan whether you fall under which category of colours. Is it summer, winter, autumn, spring? Okay. So from there barulah you apply in your daily punya, what do you call it, your daily dressing lah. Yeah, it could be your accessories, it could be your tudung, it could be your baju, it could be blouse, anything. Right? Okay. Yang penting kena buat analysis dulu. So I used to have masterclass. InsyaAllah I'll do another masterclass soon, online masterclass. But of course I will guide you step by step macam mana nak cari warna yang sesuai. Of course it's not free lah kan, masterclass tu memang because it's like a masterclass, is a group coaching di mana I will make sure that I will teach one by one macam mana you nak dapatkan warna yang sesuai. So dalam masterclass tu tak ramai. Normally I get maximum 20 packs in a group, supaya I really focus on each of you to get your answers. Yeah, we do have masterclass. Like last year we have 5 masterclass. I call it masterclass image, gaya dan warna. So it's like one whole day. You really need to sit with me, and then we do analysis one by one. Can we wear sneakers? Okay, Cik Hafiz, exactly. Can we wear sneakers? In what occasion you want to wear sneakers? And remember, tak ada masalah pakai sneakers ni. Tapi tak occasion ni siapa yang you nak, remember people judge us based on what they see, and then they do have questions like whether they can trust us, whether they can respect us. So in any situation, bila you nak pakai tu, you fikir whether do I wear this for credible or for comfortable. Kalau I nak nampak credible, I kena naikkan lagi authority I. Kalau boleh, I try to avoid sneakers. Tapi kalau nak lepak-lepak dengan kawan, doesn't matter, boleh, no problem. Tapi kalau situasi itu, that particular situation, that particular event or situation requires you to up your credibility, ya, naikkan lagi credibility tu supaya orang lebih percaya pada kita, trust, they know that we are the candidate atau the person and they want to promote us, they want to call us for the next interview. So that's it. You must know your game. Yeah, you must know how to strategize this. So from this program today, think about, okay, macam mana I nak present myself in the future. I dah tak boleh dah pakai macam ni, 2021 takkan I want to be the same. Of course, I have the strategy, Puan Amy dah bagi strategi itu. Alright, and I need to know apa yang kena buat. Okay, I need to find my nilai-nilai I apa, I want to be seen as what. Okay, and then sekarang ni I masuk dalam industri ni, I need to dress like what? Is it formal dress, semi formal, business casual, dressing down, smart casual? How do we create our reputation, build confidence in people? We don't have any credit in the bar, capable of doing what we're doing. How do we compensate? Okay, you know what? I used to have that insecurity juga dulu those days. But how do I make myself different? Is through knowledge. So remember, no matter who you are, if you think that you want to achieve your dream, you need to improve in terms of knowledge. Jadi you, instead of kalau orang lain macam oh okay nak macam those days when I first started in this industry, people are like okay nak belajar dalam image ini tapi they only focus in Malaysia. But I myself when I left Khazanah dengan secara bangganya I was like okay, everyone is focusing on Malaysia. I don't want to be same as them, you know, and I want to be different. So because of this principle, because of this code that I've been holding for many years, because I want to be different, I told myself I want to be seen at international arena. I want to be known internationally one day. And because of that ambition, I took the chance to fly to the UK, and I took the summer course in UK 3 weeks. But because of that 3 weeks, bunyi macam 3 weeks but I have to spend 50,000. And for your information, 50,000 doesn't come from my personal saving, and I have to what do you call it, orang kata pinjam dengan bank. Because why? Because I want knowledge, because I want to learn from the best. I know it's going to be affecting me for many years because I have to pay back to the bank, but because I want that knowledge. So I buat begitu sebab I tahu investment in terms of knowledge, it will help you in the future. It will help you not only in your future but also for your career. So remember, bila kita nak buat sesuatu tu, jangan jadi orang lain. Kalau orang lain fokus kat sini, kita cuba cari macam mana kita nak achieve our dream in the future tapi dengan cara yang berbeza. Yeah, in order to be different, tak apalah, sakit memang sakit. Sampai sekarang, until today I'm still paying to the bank. And it's not cheap, it's 1,000 over just to pay for the loan itself. Can you imagine, just because I want to be different, but I have to suffer, not to say suffer, but I know in the long term it will help me. But Alhamdulillah, and because of my dream, because I want to achieve that dream, last year I was like, tiba-tiba orang Canada, they found me. I don't know how they found me. We are not even, I mean, I don't really know her, and suddenly she has been like following me on Facebook. She saw me on Facebook Live, and then suddenly she contacted me, oh, we want to interview you. And then not only that, she wants me to submit my podcast. If you are on my Facebook page, Perunding Image Emedura, you can see that I've like post my podcast that I've sent to them to Canada. So that would be a podcast series yang I dah submit to them. So suddenly they say, oh, we want to appoint you as the advisory board for AWF West Coast Fashion World Canada. Okay lah, I cakap okay lah sebab I dah buat advisory panel for Polytechnic kat sini. I think I have no problem being advisory board for AWF in Canada. But suddenly on the day that they want to announce me as the advisory board, Imi, we are announcing you as the chairwoman. So I was like, Ya Allah, really? So this is something that trust me, you won't believe that what's gonna happen in the future kalau you try to improve yourself, you know, and be different rather than you follow apa yang orang lain buat, you buat by the same and then dia dapat result yang sama. So kita tak nak macam tu, kita nak jadi somehow different. Alright, so it's not always about money. I know success will always relate to berapa rumah, berapa besar rumah you, berapa banyak harta you ada. It's not always about that. So think about, if you want to achieve your dream, what are the things that what are the mission in terms of achieving your vision? What are the mission that you need to do? Contohnya, in order to achieve your vision, misi saya ialah belajar dengan siapa, mentor saya siapa. Siapa yang nak cari? If you find, kalau you tak dapat jumpa kat Malaysia, there's always online learning like Udemy, UDEMY. You can find from LinkedIn Learning. You pay a bit money and then from there you boleh belajar. You can get certificate online. Alright, so you improve yourself in terms of that way. Kalau orang tak buat, you do that. Because why? Because you want to achieve your dream. So think about where you want to go. When you want to go, what you want to achieve in your own line. I know that you may have this. In the same class hari ini, but I believe you have different values and you have different vision and mission in your life. You have different goals. You have different dreams. Where do you want to go? Where you want to be in the next 5-10 years? So use that to improve yourself, and maybe you can use my strategy here. In order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. And one important thing is, think about this, so many years of education, yet nobody ever taught us how to love ourselves and why it is so important. Remember about my first module, I told this: if you want to be successful, who is the most important person to you? So you are the most important person in so many things. So for example, you expect people to love you, but you don't love yourself, you cannot do that. Because I've contohnya macam pernah masuk TV Al Hijrah, and the host asked me, Puan Amy, what would be the last kata-kata terakhir Puan Amy nak cakap? So I did mention that if you want people to respect you, you have to respect yourself first. If you want people to love you, you have to love yourself first. If you want people to appreciate you, then you have to appreciate yourself first. So selalu bermula dengan diri kita sendiri.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Because yalah, dah time kan? Okay. Don't forget the film. Okay.
Okay.
Alright. So that will be the last slide from me, and this will be all the social media platforms that I have. Then if you think that you want to learn from me, nak belajar apa yang Puan Amy pernah nak update, whatever, ada podcast dalam my Facebook page, then you go to my Purundi Image Amy Dura. Then if you want to find how do I strategize myself on LinkedIn, because remember, in the future, your employers are not on Instagram, yeah? Your employers are not in Facebook, they're on LinkedIn. So use LinkedIn as your tool to find the right or dream employer, yeah? Try to find them and just, be friends with them and try to like whatever they post, but like, and always strategize yourself. Use whatever tools yang I bagi hari ini, and then think of how do you strategize yourself on each of the platforms. So don't use so much on Instagram, because itu hanyalah untuk orang macam social. They don't really find you there because of they want to whatever they call it, to appoint you ataupun ambil you untuk kerja. So use LinkedIn as one of your tool lah to move forward.
Okay. Thank you so much, Puan Amy, for your advice. Thank you for those who participated during our Q&A session. We're truly sorry that we missed some of your questions due to the limited time. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of the webinar session. Thank you very much for the informative sharing, Puan Amy. So, we also want to thank all of you for your commitment and for your cooperation during this whole session. It was outstanding. Honestly, I appreciate your guys' attendance. So, you guys did an amazing job. So, congratulations to all participants that joined our webinar session for today. So, now let's take a picture before we end this webinar. So I would like to invite all participants, lecturers, and our speakers to open up your camera for the photography session.
Okay. Everyone boleh buka kamera. Okay. Ready? Smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Thank you so much, Fatin. Thank you all for attending this webinar. We hope that this webinar can help and benefits all of us in finding for our future job, especially that we're going to go for internship next semester. Okay, so don't forget that we also have another webinar session which is to be on this Wednesday, 6th January from 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. that we'll be discussing on e-profiling as well as video resume and online interview. Okay, come and join us with this great Wonder Live session and stay tuned with INCareer for more updates. And don't forget to follow our speaker's social media account, #INCareer, #WeStayAtHome, and #Advocate lah. So don't forget also to fill up the Google form in the chat box to get your certificate and your feedback about our webinar session. Thank you very much. Thank you, Puan Amy. Thank you all for participating. Have a nice day and happy New Year. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Ni nak live ke?